Magic's real here, so naturally, we got demon caves and monsters popping up everywhere. Same deal for humans, superpowers got unlocked for the lucky ones. We call 'em awakened. Big bad is Belafagor, an SSS tier boss rocking 5 elements. Thick fogs hugging the creepy cave, blocking all visuals. The Divine Core squad strolls in. Total confidence, zero fear. Every member is vibe checking. Pure grit and ready to throw hands instantly. Bai's been the boss for 10 years straight. Strict, experienced, and the crew loves him. Their main gig? Guarding these hellholes cause God literally ordered it. Orders secured, the troops roll out, prepping for whatever jump scare waits inside. Zero hesitation, they dive straight into a frenzied beatdown on the demons. It's basically their 100th high-level raid. Just another Tuesday for the squad. Meet Ling Yu, the zappy assassin girl, L-Class Lightning Pro. Then there's Xiaoling, the cloud mage dude controlling air currents. L-Class means insane difficulty, by the way. They just stepped into the red zone. Max danger level. Warning label didn't scare him. The squad's hype train has no brakes. They're just chasing that W. And the fat loot waiting after they verify the Demon King. Team moves like a hive mind, flawlessly synced. Lucian, the star conductor, drops a heavy gravity nuke called Starfall. Pull hits 200% power. Bai zooms at the enemy like a rocket, his stats buff up hundreds of times over. Sticks the superhero landing with a flashy energy explosion. Bai struts forward, slicing through mob ranks with surgical precision. The second demons crawl out, he unleashes a combo wombo of death. Bai, squad lead, L-Class Beast, and Nuclear Saint, totally OP. Notification pops, SSS Demon King successfully deleted. Xiaoling stretches. That was it. Speedrun complete. Kinda boring. His buddy disagrees, calling it a top-tier op that needed full sweaty teamwork. Monster corpses are littered all over the place. Lucian asks Cap, yo, wasn't that way too easy for a boss level? Cap's got the same bad feeling, it went too smooth. Intel said this boss had 5 elements plus some secret cheat code for invincibility. Bai's overthinking the trap when glum. Girl hugs him from behind, ruining the mood. She brings up the promised vacay, hinting at a romantic trip and demanding a feast for the crew. Bai shoved. He shoved the pest aside, announcing it was time to hit their fave food joint. Xiaoling I rolled hard, doubting the Cap's clue on. Girl signals, roasting him for having absolutely zero game. Bai spun around, yo, where's that rando from our squad? The one who totally ghosted us during the boss fight? He dipped mid-fight with zero explanation, leaving us all like what? One girl remembered. He mumbled, about clearing the cave and skipping the big boss battle. The squad started roasting the new guy hard, figuring he was just a pro at dodging XP farming and danger. Xiaoling chimed in, dude's the laggiest player here, and his combat stats are honestly total garbage. Whatever though, nobody cared since they got the W anyway. Right then, the noob suddenly spawned right behind them. Asterisk snap, asterisk time for a server wipe, he announced loudly. Zero chill in his voice, just pure, confident ice. Even with the mask, you could totally feel the creepy smirk. His hand lit up like a glow stick, filling the cave with bad vibes. Before anyone could even say wait, what? Xiaoling got 360 no-scoped. Headshot. Down immediately, total critical hit, it was messy and instant game over. Red stuff everywhere. The squad froze, glitching out in fear. God's orders, fam, he said, sounding 100% serious. Xiaoling was just permanently away from keyboard on the floor in a puddle of crimson. Cap raged hard, maximum aggro levels instantly. He wanted to throw hands, but his character model was stuck. Lag switch? He couldn't move, totally debuffed and frozen. The traitor smirked, looking super smug about it. Been spiking your cereal for a month, get pranked, noobs. Then, the trees started acting really sus. Forbidden Vine spell activated. The forest got super loud. Roots grabbed the squad, squeezing tight. I prepped this perfectly, he gloated. Bai screamed, bro, are you trolling right now? You crazy? But the vines crunched louder than him. Not a misclick, he said. This was the main quest all along. He claimed he was grinding for years just to PK his own party for the gods. The vines squeezed the HP out of them harder. Girl couldn't breathe, her scream glitching out into a wheeze. Roots yeeted them way up into the sky. The pressure knocked them out cold. Shields totally down. Cap was terrified, realizing this was a total team wipe. Bai fights to stay awake, watching massive roots trash everyone. He spots the girl coughing up red stuff, barely hanging on. Giant vines keep squeezing the life out of the squad. They're like, yo, why is this traitor dude doing us dirty? Cap screams, asking why he'd snake the crew he rolled with. He wants to know why they gotta die when the squad followed every rule. No fouls. Bai keeps yelling, demanding the name of the traitor's boss and what gives him the right. The snake stands up, calls Cap, buddy, and says he's clueless. Dude just claims the gods don't need a reason for anything. Their word is basically law for us normies. Deal with it. A split second later, he rushes the captain at insane speed. Bam! Traitor lands a heavy hit. Blood goes flying everywhere. He asks if a god needs an excuse to squash some bugs. The air glows red, you can hear the captain screaming in pain. The traitor's punch went straight through the poor guy. Bay asks, weren't we tight? We were basically family for years. Dude yanks his hand out, asking if Cap still doesn't get the gig. To this imposter, family was a joke. Just a mask to hide his real plans. They were just lab rats, fake role, pieces on a game board for the big guys upstairs. He says he worked hard just to fake it and earn their trust. Bay is slowly fading to black. He sees the snake looming over him, admitting he acted too long. The guy says with total disgust that their fake friendship made him want to puke the whole time. A second later, thud, blood sprays from the captain's head like a fountain. On May 22, 2025, the squad was wiped out. Just drained out of them. They faded into the dark, too weak to fight the chaos anymore. Bodies of the top-tier squad just lay there in the silent cave. The air felt heavy and totally empty. The traitor stands over the bodies, already planning his vacay. After checking the captain's still body, he turns and walks off without looking back. Ice cold. Suddenly, the roots let go, and Bay's arms start twitching wildly. Flashes of neon green energy zap down his arm, wrapping him in a glow. Right before the darkness swallowed Bay, a voice popped into his head, offering to make a deal. The kid, tied in chains, looked around confused, wondering aloud. Pitch black. Dead quiet. Total creepy vibes. He yells, yo, where am I? But the void just eats his voice. Rude. Then a dude in a suit shows up, dripping with cold, nasty energy. Squinting, he realized with a shock it's Belelfagor, thought that guy was toast. Demon smirked, loving the confusion. Totally getting off on the power trip, snarks that someone of his level doesn't just die easily. Surrounded by shadow, his personal emo kingdom, fueled by his mojo, he's boss here, death can't touch him. Annoyed by the yapping, Bayi snapped at him to get to the point. No time for lame threats or drama. Bell saw the rage and dropped a crazy, scary cool offer. Secret skill wasn't killing, but resetting. Rewinding bodies and brains. The fiend bragged he could yeet Bay back in time. A do-over to fix the mess that got his squad killed. Bell eyed him up. So, kid, we got a deal or what? Dude got super emo, thinking about the cost of going back and messing with the timeline. Heavy stuff. Saw his dead pals, heard their voices in his head, pushing him toward a choice that hurt but felt right. He stayed quiet, but inside? Pure fire. Chest-bursting rage. He thinks back to the happy times with the crew. Hurts like hell but drives him. That traitor is going down, dead serious, nothing else matters. Over and over, he sees the homies laughing, chilling, camping. Remembers the treks, the struggles, and those vibes when everything was just good. Then times bam asterisk, the traitor's face pops up, laughing like it's funny, and that just makes him lose it. Asterisk crack asterisk. Like glass shattering, his life breaks into jagged memories. Screaming like a maniac, he yells, I'm gonna kill him. Swears he'll wreck those wannabe gods on their high horses. Vai gets that this dirtbag was just a puppet for the big shots. Demon watches, grinning like a creep. Mocking, plotting, says everything's going exactly to plan. New Bay would say yes. Total setup. Here's a gift, he says, pulling a beating heart from his sleeve. Calls it a sign-on bonus. Gross but okay. Bay's like, why help me? What's the catch? Asks the cost, but the demon just laughs. Creepy, loud laughter. The kid can't ask zip cause his brain just totally yeets into freezing dark mode. Zero control. Bam. Eyes open. Someone screaming, wake up. Boom. Classroom. Teaches roasting him for napping. Bays shook. To see it's 2015, back at Magic High with zero power? Dude stares at his paws. Freaking out. Total glitch, dream or just harsh reality? Jaw hits the floor, can't process how the past just rewound to right now. Teach keeps screaming her head off. Skip math? Fine. Snooze before the big ritual? Nah. Bay gapes at peeps gone for 20 years. Head spins, realizing one thing. He's a teen again. Time for a redo. He slinks to the corner like a good boy. Demon deals and cheat codes buzz in his brain. Peeping classmates not seen in 20 years. Hunting for fam faces. What's different? Kids I weirdo bay, whispering like, you okay? Teach wax the desk, zip it. Class is back on. She lists 5 types, zap, bloom, fog, nuke, star. Says you only get to main. 1 element. No multiclassing here. Asterisk snap, asterisk, glowing ball lights up her hand. She flexes her rare cloud skill and how it works. Based on how that magic vibe hits. Your bod, your DPS, support, or special. Mix those 5 elements with rolls and boom tons of unique job classes. The school's top squad. Rock star, cloud, nuke, and lightning builds. She reminds them they ain't normies. 1 in a million shot to be heroes or villains. These kids got hyped since diapers. Big day though. Nearly 100 classes to pick. Ranked by tiers like true, coal, abyss, heavenly, high stakes. 1 shot to awaken. Don't mess up your life. She grins and says the big reveal is this afternoon. Dude listens hard. This defines his rank. Ticket to the top or total loser status. Eyeing the chill yard, Bay gets hit with the feels. Familiar scents and old paths trigger major flashbacks. He blinks. Whoa, this is exactly where he spawned. Asterisk thud, asterisk, he spins around. Glasses dude eats dirt. Bay eyes the squad of salty creeps closing in, looking mad aggressive. Boss troll laughs, roasting the nerd as fake trash. BI isn't shook at all. Jerks love picking on the little guys. Standard. Boot meets hand. Yo, why you blocking my shine? Think you're gonna go pro or something? As if. Dude's a rare spawn and hates us regular mobs. Hans rep? Total psycho bully. With star power, so his ego's basically exploding. Glasses guy is shaking, muttering sorry for. Breathing and hands over cash to stop the pain. Bay recalls his old scraps. Gotta stay sharp here. He figures this meathead has way too much testosterone and just wants to flex on everyone. Meanwhile, Han snatches the cash yoink from the nerd's grip and keeps talking trash. Boom, Teach shows up. Cut the crap, now, she snaps, saying school ain't for thuggery or shakedowns. Do it again, you get wrecked. The goon totally flips the script, lying hard. He ran into me. Just paying for the dent, miss. Then he struts over with zero chill, getting in her face, acting like he owns the place. Waves the loot. What, can't I treat the boys? If she wasn't hot, she'd be fired. The nerve. Done with their little cringe skit. The squad bounces, acting like untouchable gods. Han barks at his minions to move out, playing nice just to end the scene. Bai is standing right in his lane. He just stares, keeping his rage bar locked down. Han sneers, take a picture? And grabs him, yanking him close to assert dominance. He chucks Ba aside, see ya later, loser. Bai doesn't even twitch. Zero reaction. He watches Teach help the kid. Strict, but total softy. She's a total legend, helped him heaps before. Just then, she gets the ping, awakening time. She switches to straight up mom mode, telling the class to keep their cool, so nobody freaks out and gets wrecked inside. So, getting superpowers here works 2 ways. Your pick sets your stats and decides if you're a hero or a zero in society. First is the natural way. Usually for buff dudes with hidden talent. Kicks in when you're super emo or stressed out, and your body and spirit snap, boom, powers unlock, life changed. Option 2 is the Awakening Hall. Fancy tech built by smart ancestors to force those powers out of you. Inside the pod, they blast you with elemental juice to wake up your lazy energy reserves and spark some potential. The room spikes your adrenaline levels like crazy, dragging powers out of kids who'd normally be totally normie. You only get 1 shot at this lottery, so don't mess it up, it's a one-time deal. Most kids are desperate to grab a cool class and not end up flipping burgers forever. Bay's squad. Already finished and got decent gigs. Lucky punks. 1 guy hit blue rank. We hate him, but yeah, mad respect. My guy is bracing himself for the massive headache coming his way. Finally, Bay is up. Teach yells at him to focus while he's in the tank. Pay attention and remember my lecture, she nags. Yeah, thanks. He nods and hops into the groat pod, trying not to barf from nerves. Big moment. He hasn't forgotten his past life as a lame E-rank fighter, a trash tier class with zero future. Everyone roasted him for it back then. Total nightmare. Eventually, he grinded to S rank and got OP. But it took forever. Now he's terrified he's gonna roll a nat 1 and suck again. Dude is jittery, creeping forward like a scared cat. Cold sweat, tight muscles, heart pounding like a techno beat. Suddenly, the system glitches out. Bei freezes as error codes pop up. The machine spots 5 elements at once. He feels like he's burning up from the inside. Infinite awakening flashes on screen. Bei realizes his stats just broke the game scale. System says, pick one element to start your fast build. Max it out, and we'll unlock the rest later. Bei is shook. He got elemental stacking a total cheat code. He realizes that in the future he can stack classes from trash to god tier. This glitch gives him a fast pass to level up and dominate his destiny. He spots a shortcut to a secret rank way above heavenly VIP access only, no noobs allowed. And honestly, the thought gets him absolutely hyped. Then it clicks, this is all thanks to that Demon King, gifting him infinite awakening. Literal cheat codes. Bei feels the juice kicking in, boosting his hidden stats like crazy. System pings, warning, choosing a class will wipe your mana bars. He pauses, checks his loadout, and locks in. It is all about raw skill now. He realizes this is at the moment to flip the script and erase every past game over. With every breath, Bei feels the heavy demon buffs. Time to make the big play. Outside, the guys are like, yo, why is he taking forever? Just awkward murmuring in the hall. Finally, Bei exits. Massive sigh from the lobby. About time, someone snarks. He heads straight to the teacher. Then he drops the bad news. His class, nuclear fighter. Sounds lit, but it is bottom tier trash. Teacher blinks, shocked, but puts on her poker face. She goes full mentor. Hey, even pros start at level 1. Bei hears her out but keeps it real. Save the speech. Pity points will not fix my stats. But behind the gloom? Major fire in his eyes. He is plotting a serious comeback. He knows the tutorial is over. The real grind starts now. Teacher tells him to chill a bit, saying the awakening drained his stamina bar to 0. Suddenly, the bully crashes the chat. Stop feeding him copium, teach. Real life is hardcore mode, weaklings get wrecked. He smugly points out that dust rank is basically sewer tier, just flexing hard. Gods only pick winners, he yaps, and they stomp on losers. It is just physics, bro. Trying to act all alpha with his toxic logic. Teacher just sighs, keeping her cool. She knows the weak usually get the nosebleed seats. The guy realizes the tier list goes heavenly, abyss, amber, then dust. 0 perks, 0 clout, 0 chance. Dust warriors are treated like NPCs, stuck doing grunt work with no hope of leveling up. Han leans in, grinning like a troll. You are at rock bottom, dude. RNG gods hate you, deal with it. He claims the OP guys get all the cheat codes while the guide noobs exist just to get farmed for XP and entertainment. This troll keeps spamming us about how people with dust rank belong in the nosebleeds, calling it fair play. The teacher looks totally stressed out. She's wondering why this jerk is acting like such a main character. He keeps ranting that there's no clout, no network, and no future for guys like Bei. Says he's gonna stay irrelevant and salty forever. In this server, the whales get the loot and just keep leveling up. So they hoard all the gold and stats, leaving the rest of us in the lag. Seriously, the second a dust class kid spawns in, it's game over. Destined for grunt work and side quests. The bully smirks, asking if the new guy actually thinks grinding works. Totally mocking his dreams. Says your build is locked at birth, and this academy just proves the pay to win system works. Han starts trolling the girl, daring her to clap back. He snaps that she's got barely any rank, so she's stuck grinding at school for pocket change. Tells the dust rankers to rage quit and stop wasting bandwidth. That's when Bai swipes the cup right out of his hand. Bully tries to roast him again, but Bai eats the coffee in his face first. Dude is shook, glitching out completely. His face goes totally white. He's hyperventilating, brain swarming with what the fuck just happened. He screams, what is your malfunction, bro? Bai says he's done with the spam and won't take the trash talk anymore. Han wipes off the mess, laughs like a psycho, and calls him a scrub. Bai's attitude triggers him so hard that he decides to teach him a lesson with a cheap shot. Teacher jumps in, trying to nerf the situation. Han pops star spike basic move trying to flex his damage output. Drops his hand, and boom, instant golden aura. Bully swings hard, but the kid tanks it like a boss. Han bounces off. Everyone gasps Bai wasn't supposed to have that defense stat. He rushes again, but right before the hit, Bai spawns a metal sword to parry. Whack! Bai launches him across the room. Total shutdown, crowd goes wild. The kid watches his enemy, wondering if he's stupid enough to try round 2. Han faceplants on the concrete, groaning and cursing up a storm. Everyone's whispering, hype about how slick Bai's counter was. Han's down, coughing up red HP. He stares daggers up at the kid, barely processing how he just got wrecked. Brain buffering how to puppy beat him? Crowd's losing it, hyping up Bei's insane speed. Bai picked the nuclear warrior build himself. Rocking a basic saber, plus 20 attack and dodge. Checks his fallen foe with a smug little grin. Han wobbles up, crying it was pure luck. Claims he's rare abyss rank, not trash like Bai. Teaches shook she knows that wasn't random. Zero RNG involved here, folks. Bai's spamming the ultimate warrior tech. A parry that reflects double damage back. Kid blocked right at the peak impact moment. And he pulled it off with an inhuman reaction of 1/100th of a second. Time it perfect, you negate 100% damage. And hit that split second frame to reflect it all. Teach is floored by how easily he spams this move her own master couldn't nail in 10 years. Han salty how's a newbie got pro skills? While Bai looks confused, Han whips out a sword. Bully's triggered now, swearing he'll pwn him. Bai just chills, totally unbothered by death. He picked this weak class for a reason. Judging someone's potential just by their spawn stats is a total noob mistake. The kid toggles his blocking skill on, dealing damage while tanking 50% hits. Bai camps out, waiting for aggro. Students stare as the bully squares up, whispering cause powers are banned here. Everyone knows his dad's VIP and uncle's the dean. So the kid thinks he's got plot armor. Glasses guy nervously asks Teach the plan. Scared Bai might get banned from school. Bai's got no backup, one mistake and it's over. Teach steps in to pause the growing drama, saying they might be teammates later. But Han's got full-on rage blinders. Public shame made him deaf to reason. He just wants to delete Bai from existence. Even if Bai begged for mercy, Han wouldn't quit. Teach knows Han's right about one thing though. The power gap's huge. Bai looks like a total noob to him. Han is abyss rank. Stats buff 200%. Scary stuff. Abyss tier totally wrecks dust tier. They level up fast post-wake. Dust just stall. Crowd shook. Even Glasses is freaking out. No one thinks Bai can tank a hit from that beast. To them, he's toast. Everyone is waiting for the splat. Bai's about to be bug paste. Glasses hates Han's guts, despises the guy, but he plays nice just to keep his own face intact. He knows fighting a dude that OP is basically signing a death warrant, total suicide run. He's shaking, praying Bai uses his brain and bails. Or else? It's game over, man. His vibe? Don't fight back when punched. Just try to talk your way out and stay alive. Years of sucking up taught him, smooth it over, don't escalate. Survival 101. He knows. Bending beats breaking, fighting head on? Stupidest way to die. Feel that insane power gap. Han charges, cocky, aiming for a one-hit KO. Teach is panic watching, screaming inside, dodge, kid. She knows blocking again is a no-go. Costs too much juice. Han's too fast. Hope's dead. Bully wins up, mocking, gonna dodge this, runt? Bai just grins like he can see the future. He's got a cheat code nobody knows. Right as Han is about to connect, Bai pops dash instant phase through hack. Blink and you miss it. Flash, whoosh, Bai's gone. Crowd is totally lost. Han is totally shook. How'd the kid move that fast? Look on his face? Pure panic. He's tripping out. How's this shrimp behind me? Before Han can think, bam. Critical hit. He's choking on blood, clueless, hitting the dirt. He punches the asphalt, mad, shamed, and raging. The other students are just stunned silent. Mr. Invincible Han? Yeah, he just got floored hard. A sec ago he called Bai a zero, now he's eating floor. Humiliation City. Students whisper, did he slip? Yeah, right. Nobody processed that glitch. Dead silence. Then, the whispers start. Prez watches, trying to math out that crazy duel. Right when the attack dropped, Bully popped swiftness, hoping for a speed hacks win. But Bai pulled a secret move. Prez is shook how to basic skill hit so hard. She realizes Bai is hacking basic moves, turning taps into crits. Everyone is floored. She's guessing hard cause this is way above pro level. Totally wild. While class is confused why the bully is KO'd, Bai is just zoning out. Dude checks his stats, tiny XP bump for the win. Winning equals stat points. Only 50 points? Lame. He needs to raid dungeons as soon as possible to level up. Scrub is flopping, trying to stand. He yells at Bai. He won't quit, plotting a backstab. Gripping a knife, the bully jumps to shank Bai's back, hoping for a cheap shot. Dean shows up, voice cutting the noise. He roasts his nephew, wrecking the kid's ego. Bully gasps, uncle? Totally didn't expect him. The guy tells kids to scram. Zero backtalk allowed. It's weekend. Go home, chill, tell fam about classes. Dean shoots the kid a glare. Try that again, you're toast. He grills the boy, proving he's the boss here, not just a teach. He says that rules are key and messing up hurts. Bae looks down, realize the respawn changed things. He went back 20 years. Means his fam is still alive. Bai facepalms at his own brain lag. How'd he miss that huge detail during respawn? Bai bolts instantly, leaving everyone confused. Dean watches, looking salty, and tells Teach to fix this mess as soon as possible. He ignores the drama now, but warns, next time, you're done. Teach nods and keeps tabs on Bae. Later, Salty Han follows his uncle inside, making excuses to save face. Kid swears his rival was total fluke. Dude swears he'd have won if the stars aligned differently. Guy screams, cutting the waffle. Zip it with the nonsense, he barks. The big boss asks the bully if he clocks the move and gets how huge that mess actually was. When the jerk lunged, our guy pulled a pro gamer move, high tier stuff. To block the hit, he busted out instant flash pure speed designed for snap counters. But wait, right before he blinked out, at that exact split second, Bae spotted a gap and smashed right through his guard. This whole combo chain was just basic stats, but the timing? So sick it dropped everyone's jaw. Dude admits even with 15 years XP, he couldn't pull off that level of chill perfection. Bai tears through town, ignoring the blued weird looks. Brains on one track, get to the crib, like yesterday. Right now, Bae's obsessed, home base or bust, whatever it takes. Sprints to his pad and skids to a halt. By the gate. Quick scan as the coast clear to head back inside. Sec later, major creep factor hits. Breath hitches, heart goes zoom, nasty flashbacks hit hard. Tragic stuff he'd nearly blocked post-respawn floods his brain. Crazy how he almost blanked on that past life nightmare. That thought? Heavy stuff. Ba gasps, trying to chill and sort his brain. Gotta plan the next move. Kid knows he absolutely gotta end this. Even if it's game over for him. Pro Hitman's lazily draped on the couch, glued to some TV show, cracking up at the dumbest, basic jokes on screen. Nearby, Bai's mom is casually tidying. Her normal vibe feels super far off, like an alternate reality. Peeping through the window, he's too chicken to actually walk in. Eventually, he steps inside. Fam looks shook and a bit worried. Pop spots the early entry, asks why so soon. Bae totally ghosts the question. Just stares at mom. Scans her face, phew, she's totally fine. Phew, the waterworks, pure joy and relief hit him right in the feels. Mom examines her boy and flashes a grin. Eyes all soft, lips curving into a sweet, knowing smirk. She's silent, just signaling him with hand signs, pointing to the kitchen. Cooked his fave grub. Lady signs that there are noodles ready, face glowing with pure heart emojis. Bae shuts it down, head shake. Nah, craving pickled fish, not noodles. Mom, totally keeping her cool, signs noodles now, fish drops tomorrow, okay? Bae's practically begging, whining like a total toddler for that marinated fish. Mom just grins and shakes her head like you're too much, but her eyes are totally soft. She dips out, and the guy tails her without skipping a beat. Then Pops yells that mom can handle her own business. His vibe is super harsh, instantly killing the mood. He asks the dude what his malfunction is. You walk in and don't even say sup to your dad? Rude. Then he drops the question. Isn't today awakening day? The old man stands up, demanding the good news as soon as possible. Grabs another brewski and asks Bae, so, what rank did you snag? Dad's all hype, saying he clocked out early to party. Little does he know, Bae came back to flip the whole script. This family dinner kicks off his mission to fix the past. Bae tells him straight up he hasn't awakened yet. It's taking forever, but that just fuels Dad's rage. No powers. Why are you home then? Dad is super salty now. Compares Bae to his buddy's kid who hit abyss rank instantly. And wow, that comparison stings like crazy. Claims Bae should have been top tier like that too. I grind for this fam. I invest everything, where's my ROI? His aura turns straight up nasty. He screams for the class name. The room feels ready to explode. Suddenly, everything glows this freaky blood red. Dad's energy spikes, and the air gets heavy and suffocating. Bae tries to mumble he's still dormant, voice totally shaking. But Dad cuts him off, going full psycho. He snaps, grabs a bottle, and clocks his son. Zero chill. Eyes blazing, he sneers, a dust class? For real? Dad's fury peaks. Screams are literally shaking the room. Calls his own kid useless garbage. Bae glares at the guy. Dad or not, he's a mess. Pops always had issues, Throwing hands way too often. They nearly forgot, but now the nightmare is flooding back. When Dad heard he landed in a trash class, his shame turned into pure aggro. In a total frenzy, he turned the house into a war zone. Mom jumped in as usual, taking the hits to save Bae. Bae remembers being so weak and terrified back then, totally useless. It still haunts him. Dad went on a rampage for an hour just to vent. Left her with scars inside and out. Snapped her leg and messed up her head for good that day. Past life? Total crybaby just watching her get wrecked. Just a noob spectator, letting rage build up in silence. But I'm back, and I'm totally flipping the script. Even if I'm not ready for Dad, a literal void rank beast. My tricks for Han? Yeah, complete trash against him. Sad truth, I can't even scratch the old man yet. Picked a cheat skill, but cooldowns are real, folks. Then boom, Dad's barking at me to get up. Dude's S-class abyss. Pro level, cold, not some amateur. Cursing up a storm, big hand incoming. He's serious. I catch myself thinking, I messed up. Can't beat his raw stats. Dad grabs my hair, cursing, wishing I was never born. Harsh. Okay, this is legitimate you might die danger level. He camped here just to gank me. Toxic behavior. Won't leave. Till he vents. Gotta protect Mom, fast. Felt good keeping the aggro off Mom for a sec. But nope. Mom walks in. Worst timing ever. Tried to save her, now she's just adding to the mess. She stares, horrified, as Dad mops the floor with me, not my best look. She's too scared to scream, I'm freaking out too. Shaking like a leaf, zero chill right now. Scared it's a rerun. Dad's locked onto her now. She rushed home to feed the kid and got trapped. Cruel irony. She's terrified, totally shook by the violence. Hands shaking, pale face, gasping for air. Dad glares, asking what monster she birthed. Nice. Flashback to my time in the slammer. Past life, I speed ran green to platinum. Death row reward. Cellmate was shocked, why's a pro like you in here? I just said, sentenced to death for deleting my dad. Kept it real. Did it for Mom. Took the sentence like a boss. But now? Dad's still raging, no chill button found. Mom dives in to tank the hits. She's shielding me. Wait, I'm awakened now. Tougher than a normie. Popped a skill to nerf the damage immediately. Try to help, but get swatted aside like a fly. Took damage, but I'm powering through it. Awakened stats beat normal human durability, period. Struggling to stand. The grind is actual torture. Hurts like crazy, but a normie would be toast. Mom bolts straight to her boy, super fast. She's freaking out, hugging him tight to stop the red stuff, crying, please stop. She throws herself over him, shielding him, and screaming for Dad to quit the craziness right now. Dad stomps to the door and slams it shut. Nope, no exit. He's all. When I heard you were preggers, I was actually stoked for our legacy. Then the dude grabs a chair, eyes his kid, and sighs, thought we'd be top tier again. He creeps toward the kid, slow and scary, looking ready to absolutely wreck him. He yells at Mom, I'm the one carrying this fam's rep. Me. Mom's frozen solid, totally shook and can't move. Dad keeps roasting him, calling his skills trash tier and him a loser. He disses Mom's garbage genes and wins up to punch, face looking super twisted and hateful. Suddenly, Mom lights up like a glow stick, energy everywhere. That flash hits, giving the kid a cheat code to move freely. Boom, Bae's right in Dad's face. Looking fierce, holding a literal lightsaber. He blocks Mom, ready to risk it all to save her. The surprise hit knocks Dad way back. Bae's hype, shouting, get out. Don't you touch her. Dad just cackles like a maniac. Oh, now it's a party. Mom's still a wreck, reaching out to her boy. Then Dad goes full demon mode, scary stuff. He smirks, glad you finally grew up. He adds, this'll take a sec, and stomps over menacingly. Bae's laser focused now, thinking, gotta block this first hit. Dad swings hard, but the kid parries and swings back. Perfect timing means 0 damage taken, 100% safe. React fast like 1/100th of a second and damage reflects back. But Dad hits so hard Bae's glow sword shatters. Dad's OP. He smashed right through Bae's weak guard. Bae stares at Dad through the pain, thinking his ribs are toast. He barely gets up, crushed by Dad's crazy pressure. Dad bellows out, furious that this brat dared to fight back. Then zap. Black lightning hits Bae, super fast. The shock totally stuns him. Ouch. Dad looks even more monstrous now, and he sneers, too fast for you, loser? Bae blocks again but knows he's cooked for the next one. Dad roars, at least you got guts, kid. Pops thinks I'm trash cause I rolled a weak class. Says I should honestly just delete my character. But Bae? He isn't backing down. No way he's letting that old nightmare loop again. Seeing the kid still standing just makes Dad lose it. He grabs a chair, aiming for a critical hit on the head, screaming his lungs out that he's gonna prove who's the alpha in this house. Mom jumps in, shielding her boy, ready to tank the damage. Rage mode pauses, though. Someone's banging on the door. Bae exhales. Thank God, the cavalry is finally here. Dad chucks the chair aside, fuming about who's interrupting his beatdown session. Cops barge in. Why'd it take 5 years to open up? The old man is totally shook, and asks the officer what the heck is going on. Routine sweep, the cop says, checking for creeps. He flashes a mugshot of some baddie named Snow. Seen this guy lurking? Dad chills out instantly. Oh, not here for him? Nope, never seen him. I'd totally call if I did. Cop turns to bounce, then spots the battered kid. Whoa, why's the boy look like a zombie? Dad lies through his teeth. Clumsy idiot trip shopping. He pats the cop's shoulder, laughing it off. No big deal, honestly. Bae cuts him off cold. He's lying to your face. My dad beat me to a pulp. That's why I'm bleeding. 18 minutes ago, Bae hit up a payphone. Tipped the cops that he saw Snow in the building. Knew they wouldn't ignore it, but damn, that was fast. Dad tries to shut it down, swearing he's a saint who'd never hurt his fam. Bae just keeps spilling the tea, giving them the play-by-play of the abuse. He cracked a bottle over my skull, and bashed my arm with a chair. He points out every bruise. Then Bae drops the law book on him. Violent awakened folks get a mandatory 15-day lockup. The cops look genuinely stunned by his legal IQ. Dad just glares daggers at him. The officers' vibes shift instantly. Faces grim, they get official, stating that Dad is busted, reading him his rights. Dad calls Bae a brat and lunges, but the cops restrain him. After, the cops drag the guy out, but he's not going quietly. He swears he's gonna wreck the kid the second he's free. Screaming like a banshee, promising to destroy his own son. Ba rolls his eyes, slamming the door on the whole drama. Mom tackles him in a hug, safe at last. Bae breathes easy. He's got 15 days to get ripped before the old man returns. He tells Mom, relax, that monster isn't touching you again. In his beat-up hand, a tiny, shiny key. Swiped it right off Dad's belt during the brawl. Yoink. He stares at it. Dad sold out his friends for this little thing? Whatever was in that safe turned his dad from a loser into an S-class beast. Time for a treasure hunt. He heads straight to Dad's room, staring down the big metal box. He remembers finding this way too late in his past life. Key slides in, click, clack. We're in business. What was the old man hiding? Gold bars? Embarrassing photos? Nope. Just a sick blade. Perfect for slicing dungeon monsters. He knows those creepy caves are his only ticket to leveling up fast. Big guilds hog the best spots, keeping all the loot for themselves. Bae realizes that with his current status, he's stuck with the lame school dungeon. Wait, he remembers a secret spot from the past. Jackpot. He's gonna speedrun that dungeon, and leave all the other players eating his dust. Meanwhile, the cops are annoyed. Just another false alarm. Wasted trip for a simple domestic dispute. Total snooze fest. They know having a villain loose on a holiday is a massive headache. Stuck doing paperwork and chatting about lunch. Boring. Suddenly, Dad starts rattling the cell bars like a maniac. Yelling about how it was a one-time thing. Yeah, right. Then he tries getting cozy, asking about the cop's baby. That just makes the officer sick. Trying to bribe him? Seriously? He walks off, wondering how a guild member sank so low. Dad shuts up fast, stewing in his own dark thoughts. The rookie cop says that bribery attempt just earned him a ticket to Supermax. A creepy red aura suddenly explodes around the dad as he whispers, Bae. 15 days till he's out. They better get strong, fast. Hitting the dungeon is the only play left. He makes his bed, leaves a be right back note for Mom, and dips. Demon dungeons glitch into our world at random spots. Their creepy doors just spawn out of thin air. Spooky, right? Guilds usually lock these spots down fast. Keep out. Full of scary monsters and sweet loot. Best spot for supers to grind levels. But these caves are total death traps. You need a squad and a license. Bae only saw this dungeon on the news 5 years later, after the demon apocalypse started. F-rank holes usually need 3 E-rankers to beat. E-ranks need a 5-person party. Serious stuff. Bae cracks open the secret bookcase door. He figures it is 90% F-rank. Only newbie dungeon he can handle right now. It is super sketchy and usually needs a full team of pros to survive. But honestly, dude has zero choice left. He gotta get buff as possible, totally solo. No backup. Level 1 E rank nuclear warrior? Let's roll. Bay turns into a popsicle instantly. Places a giant freezer of ice and snow. He guesses it is Cloud B's turf. Not good. He grabs gear from Dad's stash. Bay sneaks deeper inside. Finds a napping ice bear and some old skeletons. Yikes. That snoozing beast is E rank for sure. Suddenly, heavy stomping echoes from the dark. He barely dodges a massive sucker punch. Seeing these rares is a 10% chance. Maybe it stayed hidden cause the mobs were asleep? Split second later, the savage snow wolf lunges at him again. Bay blocks, realizing this wolf is way too OP. Wolf keeps spamming attacks, but he jams his sword in its mouth, stopping the bite, then goes for a killer counter. Bay hops back for range, then readies a stab. Thanks to that rare, high-tier weapon, he one-shots it. Bay pauses as the dead mob thuds into the snow. That sword from his dad's safe is priceless. It carries his weak stats. Slices metal like warm butter. Mobs are tanky. Man, I miss my OPL class stats. Asterisk ping, asterisk urgent system alert incoming. Quest, deal 50 crit damage to a cloud mob to farm elements. Scary growl? Check. Wolf pack rushing him? Double check. The mob count is spiking by the second. Scan complete. Level 4 E-class bloodthirsty snow wolves. Bai's bloody scent just aggroed the whole squad. He knows if they Zerg rush him right now, it's game over. 0 survival chance. Juke. He dodges and crits a wolf right in the weak spot. Wolves didn't like that. They charge in rage mode. Bai weaves through him like a slippery shadow. Counter. He's dropping enemies one by one. Good game Azet. Moves are clean, hits are lethal. Dude's a whirlwind of pain. Bai goes ham, but he's doing the math. Takes 4 hits to delete each of these trash mobs. Laser focused. Wiping the pack with 0 breaks. While he's throwing hands, he's grinding XP and buffing his cloud skills. Multitasking. Jump slash. Boom. 52 damage per hit. Pop. 1 explodes. Loot get. Snow wolf fang. Sweet. No stopping now. He's carving a path to the boss. XP bar is zooming up. And his swagger is leveling up with every step. Reach the alpha. He stabs the demonic beast. Critical? Nope. This boss is way tougher. And super dangerous. Gonna need max focus to win. Max agility. Bay spams attacks like crazy. Comboing the wounded beast so it can't heal. A death howl shakes the dungeon. And the alpha bites the dust. RIP. King Wolf. Notification. You got a snow diamond. Shiny loot. Menu open. Level 2. 12 stat points to spend. Only 20 kills and he's gassed? Weak sauce. Ugh. E-class bodies have trash cardio. That fang is a weapon mat worth 10 grand. Cha-ching. Solo grinding in caves is a total nightmare. Especially for a noob awakened. Brutal. Wanna raid big dungeons? Gotta join a guild squad. Schools are basically just guild scouting grounds. Graduate, get signed, get rich. That's the dream. Dad got booted and stuck at C rank. Total bummer. Solo leveling is slow. Plus, it's freezing in here. Longer he stays, the faster his stamina bar drops. But this dungeon? It has absolutely 0 chill. A fresh wolf squad, hyped by the battle noise, boxes him in fast. Bay knows a face-off is a total mana waste, so he speeds into the deep woods. He kites them deeper, turning the map into a trap. While retreating, he hacks trees down to block the path. Falling logs lag the mob. As Bay launches himself sky high, he smacks another giant timber flat. Oops, he just woke the neighborhood bully. A cloud snake slithers from the icy dark. Seeing the mega snake, the wolves hit pause. Bay breaks hard. Uh-oh, total dead end. Wolf squad left, giant snake right. Sandwich time. He triggers his master plan as soon as possible. He sets off a massive bang to wake the local boss. Rise and shine. Bay smirks. A furious ice bear stomps out. And just wrecks everything in its way, smashing wolves and snakes alike. This berserker beast is aggroing on literally everyone. The wolves rage quit, tails tucked, running for their lives. Meanwhile, Big Bear roars and readies a massive paw slap. Snake and wolf bits go flying everywhere. Bay cleans up the scraps for sweet XP. Great strat, but his stamina bar is tanking hard. He slashes a python. Ding! 56 XP gained. Another. Snake head pops. Loot alert, cloud python fang. Just gotta dodge the bear and wait for the kill shot. The grind goes on. XP is soaring, and his inventory is stuffed with fangs. He eyes the crazy giant. Bear. Class E mobs, high damage, 0 IQ. Quick level up. Skill hits 4, plus 12 stat points. Bear draws aggro, but some mobs evade him. XP won't farm itself, he jumps and smacks a python. He's wrecking dozens, but the spawn rate is insane. Even with the ice, bear carrying, he's wiped out. Blade up. Time for phase 2. Mobs creeping in, the arena's gotta be overloaded. Creeping closer on the ice. Wait, it's cracking. Just then, the raging bear shows. Horizons packed. A freaky monster tsunami is speeding right at our guy. Bay knows it's go time, he smashes his blade into the cracked ice, full send. Mid-fight, dude was totally scoping out the landscape. Turns out, this wasn't a lake but a sketchy ice bridge hung between cliffs. Bay uses his move to wreck the ice bridge, yeeting most of those creepers into the deep dark void. Ding! Class upgraded to level 7. Score: 12 new stat points banked. Smart play wiped most mobs, but plenty are still major trouble. Bay figures he can handle the leftovers with what gas he's got left. Just then, that massive bear throws a nasty hit, shaking the whole dungeon like an earthquake. Bay's plotting the quickest XP grind when boom new title, 1 versus 100. Bridge crumbling, he remembers, every demon cave rocks a final boss. For a Class E dive, the big bad should be some mean Lion King type. Dude wonders why all that racket didn't wake the boss up. Leftover ice wolves and the bear stomp around him, scared to attack. Then they scream, filling the air with creepy vibes. Stares, confused. What on earth are they up to? Blue glow pops up ice spell? Bay realizes he messed up big time. Crazy ice bolts zap him, freezing every muscle in his bod. He gets it now. The final boss wasn't snoozing. It was watching, waiting for them to group up perfectly. Boss was up early, just chilling until they were tired so he could wreck them when they were weak. Icy energy grabs the monsters and shoots straight at our guy. Bay tries to bolt out of there fast. He skids to a halt right at the cliff's edge. Trap sprung. Bay panics as ice locks his legs and creeps up to his head. The boss just wanted to show up late and loot everything. Dude is basically a popsicle now, turning his head to see what freak is hiding in this low-level cave. He heard the soft footsteps and spotted something creeping out of the shadows. Enemy is a level 11 D-class called Azure Forest Master. He commands dozens of E-class demon monkeys with 10th level strength. Bay watches closely as those demon monkeys slowly creep toward his frozen self. The Forest Master stares at the kid, chuckling like he's enjoying this. Urgent alert pops up, danger level is through the roof. Needs a squad of 5 E-class and 3 D-class players. Wolves, bear, and Bay are stuck in ice, totally frozen stiff. Demon monkeys inch closer, ready to loot without lifting a finger. At this speed, the guy's body is gonna lose all heat and freeze solid in this trap. The big boss lifts a creepy paw, pointing right at our boy like, get him. Whispers a chill order to delete the kid as soon as possible. Those psycho giant apes, eyes blazing, jump to it instantly. One screeches like a banshee, rushing the frozen dude fast. Bay grits his teeth, finally, realizing it's do or die time. Ape gets up close, winding up a massive paw to squash him flat. Bay burns his energy, popping a skill that smashes the ice chains. He slickly blocks the monkey's cheap shot, shocking the Forest King watching. Timed that parry perfectly. 0 damage taken, full return to sender. A notification pops. Escaping drained his battery. Needs major endurance stats. Bay gets it loud and clear. That OP skill is on a massive cooldown now. Sees the boss laughing and knows he's gotta end this clown. Forest King clenches a fist tight. And times crack asterisk, the ice on the giant bear shatters. Bay sees the fresh wave, wolves plus an ice bear. Great. With his low HP, a long brawl is basically game over. A massive beast moves in, blocking his whole view. A huge shadow totally swallows him. He ponders element counters for a sec. Bay realizes with his current stamina bar, beating even 2 apes is a nightmare. The cold and animal screeches are totally stressing him out. Big bear starts creeping toward him slowly. Remaining wolves and 2 demon monkeys tag along. He deflects a sneak attack from a monkey that rushed him. With every mob, his win rate hits 0, backing up under the pressure. The kid parries the second ape's flurry, barely hanging on. Infinite energy monsters spam heavy club attacks non-stop. Bay totally feels his strength draining and the cold biting harder. He's annoyed thinking it's all pointless with 0 energy left. The giant bear opens its maw and roars loud enough to shake the cave. He stays chill, waiting to parry the next big hit. Bear steps up, swinging a massive paw sweep. Bay blocks it with his blade and hops back to safety. It's freezing and his endurance is basically empty. Monkey Master watches smugly, waiting for him to crash. Bay looks up, alarmed as more ice shards rain down. Dude freezes, Praying his skill cooldown isn't still lagging. Previous life? Total nightmare mode constantly. So he kinda mastered. Split second choices and spotting loopholes. 2 options now. 1. Stay and get totally wrecked. Even if he tanks the damage and beats some mobs, survival's zilch. Bay figures option 2. Is the move, so he whips around toward the cliff. He sprints across the ice and yeets himself into the void. But the enemy hits pause, freezing his legs mid-air. Rude. Seconds later, Ba's a popsicle and totally loses it. Ice forest guy is shook. Didn't think the kid had that much guts. Bear and wolves break at the edge. Frozen Bay drops like a rock. Meanwhile, Ba's mom cracks open his door, wondering if he's hibernating cause it's Saturday. Then she gasps, eyes popping out. Sees the tidy bed and the note chilling there. Freaking out, she grabs it and starts reading. Mom's confused why he texted via paper about visiting a pal, and she has zero clue her son's fighting for his life in an isekai hellscape. She realizes he's been acting super weird since he got back. The water in the underground river turns red. Gross. Ice bridge snapped, sending 100 nasty beasts down with him. Asterisk splash times. The dude clutches a sharp rock for dear life. Thinking Bay only gained 3 levels after that chaotic mess, he drags himself out. Quick scan, 60 mobs dead at the bottom, 40 still kicking. Thanks to the polar plunge, hypothermia and the fight drained his battery to 0. He knows jumping was his only shot at not dying. But damage plus the ice break stunt burned all his stamina. Plus, belly flopping into freezing water. From way up high wrecked his tired bod. System spam incoming, warning, hypothermia, bleeding out, and status, critical. Bay's eyes shut. Is this really game over? But there's still dozens of mobs nearby itching to finish him. Big Fang monster roars loud enough to burst eardrums. Level 9 Ice Lord, E-class baddie, spawns right next to him. Overloaded and full of holes, the guy blacks out and drops into the void. Flashbacks hit his fading brain, dad calling out. Called him a punk for ghosting the drink invite. Remembers the squad, the only ones who truly had his back. Good vibes kept him from spiraling into the dark. Fueled his stubborn urge to survive and keep swinging. Then the nasty memories hit. That betrayal that ruined him. Saw his mom's face, her sweet vibe. Knew he couldn't bail and leave her hanging. Then that ice forest jerk pops up, looking all smug. Next up was his dad, basically telling him to rot in hell. Betrayal stings. It hurts, but mostly just makes him mad. Can't quit. Need payback. Fists clenched, confidence boosting. Limits? Please. He doesn't do limits. Eyes on the beast. Time to ditch the past drama. Kid goes ham on the big toothy monster, grabbing its fangs like a boss with a vow to never let history repeat. Not happening. Bro keeps grinding through the fight. Screams he lost it all, once never doing that again. Sheer stubbornness unlocks a cheat code for his future. Yelling, not dying today, by smacks the predator hard. Kid instantly combos with a massive kick to the beast's gut. Hit so hard the monster went flying. Scraping up his energy, he gets back on his feet, gasping for air, ready for round 2. Even though he's wrecked, the whole place lights up with a yellow glow. Bai stalks the beast. Near death is the only way to level up. Deciding to run the maze solo and jump cliffs? Totally planned to test his limits. Finally stands up, only to see a mob of monsters. No exit. Gotta fight. Wolves and a level 9 demon blocking him. Big beast roars, but missing a fang makes it hesitate to rush him. Bay's tripping again, seeing doom everywhere, trying to shake off that old trauma. Big feels mean max adrenaline spike. Bai chills out, feeling that old vibe come back. Didn't level up, but woke up a crazy skill, Saint Swordsman. He lifts his sword. Time to clean house. With the new moves and adrenaline, energy floods his system. System pings, Saint Swordsman core skill acquired. Beast jumps him, super aggro, but Bay flashes his blade. Counter. One clean hit, bam, monsters deleted. Huge roar behind. Ice bear incoming fast. Bay slams down, shockwaves go boom. System alerts popping off. Ding ding. Kill confirmations everywhere. Bear gets wrecked. Plus 64 job points. In 5 minutes, the whole clearing is monster soup. Gross. Bay checks his glowing gold fist. Sick. Power blasts out, then system. Loot spam, fangs, skins, claws. Score. Purgatory effect kicks in, oh yeah. 0 fatigue. Stamina bar fully refilled. New title, Ice Field Wanderer, cold resist up. Hit level 8, E rank. Now, grinding mobs feels like total cake. Realized he's not even freezing anymore. XP bump hits level 9 E rank. Gear check? Good. Dungeon clear time. Full energy, he starts scaling the ice wall. No clue on time, but thinking, Mom's gonna kill me if I'm late. Tops the cliff. Monkey boss, you're next. Struts confident straight toward the spooky monkey castle. Boss is on his throne, deep in zen mode. Then he catches a vibe check. Pops one eye open, glowing bloody red. Crash. Explosion rocks the place. Palace doors turn into confetti. Meanwhile, Mom's window watching, totally spiraling about where he is. Super stressed, dinner's stone cold. She just hopes Bae isn't in deep trouble. Temple door gets smashed in from outside. Monkeys freak, staring at the dead bear. They spot the dude, walking down the bear like a ramp. Level 10 E rank. Hey boss, missed me? Full health bar, ready to wreck shop. Let's go. Monkey boss watches close, backed by his creepy ape squad. Eyes snap open, and he points a dramatic finger at our boy. One of the goons instantly gets the memo, yeeting itself straight at Bai E. Beast closes the gap, raising a huge club to smash him flat. Bai's eyes go cold. Yeah, not happening. He lunges, blocking the hit with his trusty blade. Then hits back hard, deleting the monkey instantly. Boom. 70 profession points bagged. Monkey King is super salty his bodyguard got wrecked. Fuming, he aims his magic stick right at Bai E. Ice storm hits, trying to turn the dude into a popsicle. But wait, new skill means 0 chill damage. Seeing his chance, Bai E charges in. System ping, cloud resistance block the freeze. Forest Lord yells at his minions to jump the kid. His wand lights up like a glow stick. The angry ape army rushes to save their boss. Gotta beat this boss to hit D class. No pressure. Bai Yi uses lightning flicker, zipping around and slashing. Getting up close, Bai Yi lops off a hand. Boss realizes it's game over. Lord stares at his stump, totally shook. Bai Yi goes ham, raining combos until the enemy is toast. He gives the boss a look. You're done, son, says CI and turns him into sushi. System confirms the win over the rank 11 leader. Azure King is down for the count. 1000 XP gained. Nuclear Class D unlocked. All stats boosted by 100% plus 12 new points. Cloud Energy finally hits the max limit. Surprise! New job class unlocked, huge upgrade. He's so lost in the read fight he ignores the weird stuff happening inside him. Seconds later, ding! New skill acquired. He starts glowing bright red. Cool effect. Now a Cloud Mage, Bai can swap classes anytime. He's hyped. Rare job means double the power. Minions still don't get how screwed they are. He's gonna wreck anyone standing in his way. Bai flips the switch to Cloud Mage mode. Wand spawns in hand, time to test drive these spells. Sunday morning hits, light creeps in, house is quiet. By 5 a.m., Mom was a wreck. No sleep, just sitting there stressing. Click, the door creaked. Boss snuck in, entering full ninja mode to stay quiet. As soon as he walked in, Mom could finally breathe. She bolted off the couch to greet him. Sleepless night? Forgotten instantly. Ba grinned, sorry for the wait, Mom. She crushed him in a hug, just glad he was alive. Then came the waterworks. She hadn't eaten or slept, just waited. Chill, Mom, he said. I've got a plan, listen. Beside his main weapon, his magic bag was stuffed with a dozen rare artifacts he'd looted. Time to cash out and move. He met a buyer. The merchant eyed the loot and tried to lowball him, thinking he was a clueless kid. Too expensive, the guy lied. Ba snatched it back. I'm walking. The dealer panicked, realized the value, and paid up fast. In his past life, Ba dealt with scammers daily. He knew the hustle. With that cash, he bought a fresh start. New crib, new life, reset button pressed. Finally, a safe, bright pad, no more drama. Mom hadn't smiled like this in forever. Ba just wanted her to live her best life. He prepaid 3 months of rent and bills. Baller move. Seeing her happy? Totally worth the grind. Ba chilled in his room. House sorted, Class D reached, new job unlocked. But he couldn't slack off. Too much chaos ahead. Leveling up and moving was just the intro. Step 1 complete. But his dad was still a threat. Before the main quest, he had old beef to squash. He slapped a buff stone on his hand to boost his spell range. School tomorrow? Bring it on. He was actually hyped. Tomorrow was gonna be huge. Next morning, a guy stepped out of a portal looking cocky. The bodyguards were shook. Total awe. Young master's stats are insane now. A girl ran to Han. Bro, chill. You're training too hard. But he just casually slapped the potion out of her hand. Jerk. Clock's ticking, so he hits the maze for XP. Dude's glowing red like a stoplight. Betting 0 people can level up faster than him. Chicks by the huge window, totally lost in the sauce. Scans the docs. Ugh, 0 gold tier jobs this year? Lame. She starts glowing. Gold and gets it, this combat sim is totally hopeless. 7 M sharp, wait. 7:30. Bae wakes to mom's breakfast already done. Crap, he's late. But man, he slept like a rock. Best nap in ages. Mom's vibes made him feel safe again. So he asks, like, why didn't she wake him? She says he looked too cozy. She tells Bae to chill and actually chew his food. Then adds that being tardy ain't the end of the world. Catches himself thinking, haven't smiled this much in ages. He's about to bounce, but mom suddenly blocks his path. Totally confused, he asks why she pulled the brakes. She gestures, what do you want? Toys? Books? Tech? He cracks up, why is she suddenly playing Santa? She sweetly reminds him his B-day is coming up. B.I. realizes he quit caring about that date forever ago. Since she died in the last loop, joy kinda vanished. Brain freezes trying to pick a gift. Realizes he doesn't give a rip about stuff anymore. Just wants to wreck the traitor who wiped his squad. Mom beams and says the sky's the limit on wishes. He gets lost in some super dark thoughts. Gotta hit the next goal. No side quests allowed. Must destroy the enemy who made his life hell. That slimeball who killed him and his whole crew. At school, he hears about the massive combat sim test. The teach said the Divine Guild is scouting for future pros. This comp is basically their final exam, streamed live to the whole country. Winners get a camp invite and insane combat XP. Once a year event that's a golden ticket to the guild. Teach also notes the MVP gets into the elite leveling squad. Snag that spot, and you get the shot to go pro hunter with the Divine Guild. Yearly, top students get shipped to Guild HQ. Hearing that triggers major nostalgia. He flashbacks to his messy past. That's where he met the master who changed everything. Also where that jerk spawned. That snake who wiped his squad and ended him cold. Bae needs to ace this and level up fast. Only speedrun strat. 4 days left. Class is vibing but low-key. Panicking. Especially eyes. A real maze? Scary. Teach starts the grind. Gravity room sprints. Total torture. Bae knows the drill. 10 sets. Ugh, he's not hyped. Just plotting his 4-day grind. Meanwhile, the mob shuffles into the gravity room of doom. Bae steps up, I'm passing on this group sesh. Everyone shook by the audacity. Skipping training? Wild. Teach goes, why, dodging the hard stuff? He heard about the bully beef. Beating a pro doesn't mean you skip leg day. Then the kid drops a bomb. He wants a custom build. Teach is baffled. Huh? You think my plan is trash or something? Fitness is key. For everyone. The room isn't a mistake. But sprints? Only for tanks and rogues. Mages don't need it. No elemental prep yet. Different stats need different grinds. Teach is getting salty. Is this kid really schooling him? Prez is stunned. Divine Coach said the same. Crazy that the pros just figured this out. If not for that clip her dad snagged, she'd be clueless. Okarik thinks Bae big-brained it himself. But bro, read the room. Don't roast Teach. Coach ain't mad though. He's curious about the kid's idea to patch the system. Solid idea, he says, but for this mob? Plus, their futures are on the line. No room for glitches. Coach says this sim is their big showcase. The most critical level of high school. Dilemma, guide them or let them pick their build? Bae remembers his past. Even with family drama, mentors made him grind. Kept him from being a noob. Trust me, I'll crush this graduation show. 0 chance I flop. Teach is like, so, Mr. Nuke Warrior, what's the game plan? Bro goes, crank the room difficulty to max. Max pressure. Teach and glasses are totally shook. Real talk, he's grinding his secret awakened. Magic class, just faking that he's fixing weak spots. Then class press jumps in, I want in on this. Elemental drill. She's a mage, needs the XP badly. Teach sighs, fine, do you, just don't slack. She says let's team up, but Bae's like, nah, solo mode. Ouch. Rejected, now she's fired up to prove she's boss. Meanwhile, Four Eyes is staring them down hard. Teach pops up out of nowhere and goes, yo specs, no skating by this time. Work. Bae's struggling though. His magic skills are still total noob level. And sim time is basically here. Gotta keep the class swap cheat code on the DL. Gods are watching this school, hype is risky. Too much clout equals a target on his back way too soon. So he moves silent, ninja style. Low profile only. Class Prez is grinding on easy mode suppression. Betting she can catch his level in no time. Class done, he cruises home, chill vibes only. 2 dudes pull up. His BFFs from the Old life, the squad that got bullied with zero clapback. Glasses is gassed. Yo bae, slow down, wait up. Seeing them triggers memories of the few good times, just loser outcasts versus the world. But now? He's on a revenge arc. Main quest only, side characters just drag him down. He hops on his bike and dips, leaving them in total shock. Thought the trio was ride or die forever. Specs asks his buddy, is it just me, or does our boy seem buffed? Post-awakening he's got mad swagger. Other dude looks down sad. I mean, a guy on wheels ain't waiting for walkers. Speed gap. Bae's shocked watching them actually hustle to keep up. Boom. Past life tragedy flashback hits him. Specs got sick and checked out way too fast. Sad stuff. He yells, check your lungs, bro. Dodge the bad ending. Friend hopes they're cool again, but nope. Dream crushed instantly when Bae zooms off again. Friends left looking totally dumb. Dude rages, if I wasn't drained from the gym, I'd totally catch him. He keeps flashing back to his past life when Four Eyes was his high school homie. Dude caught a mystery bug, ghosted class, and literally kicked the bucket. R.I.P. Even if we ain't BFFs this run, I just want the bro staying alive and chill. Glasses, totally ignoring his buddies. Icy vibes, swears Bae is still a soft marshmallow on the inside. He's just playing cool to hide the feels. Cut to the main gym where the OP fighters flex and stuff goes down. Some guy grills a noob, yo, are you that rookie everyone's hyping? Like, did you flex hard enough to get into the god tier guild? Kid goes, nah, not me. But I can totally wreck shop way harder than that. Back at the crib, Bae goes full helicopter parent on his mom. Don't wander off, ma. I'll fetch the loot myself, he promises. Legit worry though, cause their hood is right next to the danger zone. He's gotta grind hard to move his mom to a bougie safe house as soon as possible. Camera pans over to a jail for soups where inmates queue up for trashy cafeteria slop. Papa Bae struts up to the food hole and glares at the guard like he owns the joint. Slick as grease, nobody sees him. Slip a fat stack of cash to the cop. Super sketchy transaction. He's paid a winning trying to unlock VIP perks in the slammer. Then the guard whispers back, chill, fam. It's handled, you're busting out of here real soon. Tuesday rolls in. Bae is leveling up his magic stats nicely. He realizes the meta is all about spamming spells fast and getting the power math just right. The squad is grinding XP like crazy too. One dude's trying to run 10 laps while crushed by gravity magic. Time warps to the next day, which is totally jammed with sweaty training montages and combat drills. Four Eyes is sweating bullets, giving 110%. But he still can't hit the high score. Big sad. Bae strolls out of the gym and finds the OG crew camping the exit. They're all hype and wanna grab some fancy grub tonight. Bae dips immediately to head home. The boys are absolutely shook. Glasses sighs that Bae's been giving everyone the cold shoulder lately. On his way out, Bae tells the dude his aim buffer's too long, gotta fix that startup lag before firing. That pro tip is a massive buff for the rookie archer, who gets hyped to grind the tech right now. Thursday hits, school's out. Glasses visits the clinic. Doc says, lucky timing, or it was game over. The doc breaks it down. Turns out, a nasty lung parasite is speed running a tumor in there. The doc is practically yelling at him to check into the big city hospital for surgery to fix him up good as new. Dude is shook. If Bae hadn't nagged him nonstop, he never would have gotten that CT scan. Total lifesaver. It proves Bae's got some freaky sixth sense. He's definitely not normal. Our glasses wearing hero starts wondering why Bae suddenly flipped his personality switch. Brain buzzing, Specs wanders out of the clinic in a daze. He freezes when he catches some loud gossip from students by the door yapping about the latest scoop. They're hyping up a guy who already hit level 4 in the B.E. class. Apparently, he's gonna crush the rookie exams. Turns out, Richie Rich has a private demon cave at home for grinding XP. Then, Four Eyes hears the school jerks are planning to jump that guy later. Later, he freaks out when he learns the haters packed actual weapons and want to delete the kid for real. Realizing Bae is toast, he decides to save his bro as soon as possible. He figures once they're off campus, Han's crew will go wild and mob Bae together. Even though he's totally soft, he knows it's time to pay back the life-saving favor. Scared stiff but moving, he sprints down the halls, picturing the beatdown waiting for him. His gut is twisting with doubt, but bros before blows loyalty outweighs his terror of the goons. Still shaky, he creeps toward a door with a massive padlock. He's terrified since his life motto was always run away from scary people. He stares at the lock for ages, fighting a mental war. Then, snap. He smashes the lock to the school armory, breaking the rules and his own cowardice at once. Heaving the door open, he reminds himself, he's only alive because Bei saved his butt. Still petrified, he accepts he might croak helping his pal. He ignores the small stuff and grabs a huge axe. He makes peace with likely getting wrecked by the bullies. Hyping himself up, he shouts that he's coming to the rescue. A second later, he jumps out of his skin when a voice asks what he's doing. He spins around to see the class rep watching him. She looks totally bewildered. She asks why he's raiding the room and looking so manic. He starts blabbing loudly and urgently that he's rushing like mad to save Bei from some total creeps. She zips it, eyes popping out, totally freaking for her pal facing doom. Meanwhile, Bei just strolls, chilling down empty lanes, headed to his crib, hits a dead end, stops. Yo, creep. Why stalk me? Come out. Steps out, looking icy, gripping a sharp blade. Cocky from gym reps, thinking he's the boss. Bei's like, bro, you serious? You think you'll win? Han zooms in, hitting turbo mode, then warps right behind him. Sneaky. That jerk pops up back there, aiming for a cheap one-hit KO shot. Bei gives him sad eyes. He knows it's over. Poof, his own sword spawns in hand. Bully swings fast, banking on raw muscle and rage to win, but Bei blocks it like nothing. Dude is shook by how insanely fast his enemy dodged the hit and just teleported sideways. Bei asks, you really think a few weeks training made you tough? Smooth as silk, our guy twirls his blade, showing he totally owns this fight. One hit later, Bully's frozen, sweating buckets, realizing he's totally toast. Dude's floored, staring at steel inches from his nose. Despite the grind, Han knew he'd never beat this guy. The punk is in total awe seeing Bei looming above. Han screams, confused how he lost. Total embarrassment. He yells that it's impossible, brain can't compute. Han grinded XP for ages, leveling up after class just to wreck Bei at fighting. But try hard as he might, the dude still was way stronger, beating him with zero effort. Bei smirks coldly, he's seen stuff Han can't imagine. Real death, true fear. Scared and mad, Han waits for the end. Thinking Bei always dissed him, Bei just props his guts, saying he doesn't actually hate him. He gets that Han just wanted a power check. Still salty, Bully yells, next time, you're dead. Peeking from the corner, Glasses and Prez watch the drama unfold, totally stunned. Bei's owning it, no help needed. He sits on the loser who's given up. Then our guy tells the punk that he creepin' in the shadows. He's like, yo, let's swap favors. Han's shook. Dude claims he's got the cheat codes for max stats. Buys peepers go full anime villain sparkle. The price? Just something super precious. No biggie. Friday hits, doomsday test time. Our squad placement is on the line. Teach screams, go time. It's a brawl sim, but like, way harder than a pop quiz. He's all, it's practice, but the death maze is legit real. Most bits are walled off, but don't get cocky. Danger's still lurking. Monster party inside. Know your limits or get wrecked. Admin sent OP seniors to babysit us so we don't die. They won't lift a finger in fights unless you're literally about to become Monster Chow. Teach says we gotta squad up. 4 or 5 noobs plus 1 pro senior hitting the dungeon. Pick your poison, F tier or E tier caves. That pick decides if we chill or get grilled. E-class is total nightmare fuel. Teach says don't flex if you're weak, you'll regret it. Flunking means kissing points goodbye. Then, he kicks off the selection. Remember, you might die. Who's dumb enough for E-class? Hands up. Class Prez shoots her hand up, and a few copycats decide to play hero too. Bully freezes, then throws his paw up, acting tough, even though he's internally screaming. Four Eyes whispers, those guys are nuts. To his bud, who's like, if I was buff, I'd try too. Teach logs the crazy. Out of 180, only 8 crazies picked E. Total show-offs. The leftovers get tossed randomly into F-class. Rules are rules, no arguing with the system. Crowd sees Bei hasn't picked a lane yet. He drops a bomb, I'm taking the Jade Spirit Maze. The suicide run. Teach shuts that down fast. That's insane, kid, absolutely not allowed. Bei's face says he ain't playing around. Dead serious. Han stunned, takes it personal, knowing Bei wants to beat him. Mentor asks, you sure you got the guts for this? He takes the dare. Gonna milk this chance for all it's worth. Lower school dean kills the silence, barking that D-class is strictly for the big leagues. But Bei asks, do the rules actually ban? You can't pick a cave way out of your league, even if the battle sim lets you pick whatever. Bro reminds him the school's whole vibe is scouting divine core talent and training top tier fighters. They want guts, muscles, owning it, and raw skills. Bai's like, Teach, you really gonna block my shot? Dean's all, teams only in the caves, kid, safety first, blah blah. Bai claims he can solo it and handle the heat. But dude insists, no solo runs allowed. Period. Suddenly, the class rep shoots her hand up, and tells the dean she's picking class D2. Dean's sweating, thinking she's lost it. Says he can't face her dad if she gets wrecked. She stands her ground, craving a real monster mash to flex her skills. This dude starts ticking off. The dean big time, he's barely holding it together. She chirps at Bai that they're gonna squat up and crush it like besties. But bro's like nah, insisting he's diving into the dungeon solo. Now she's getting jittery. Teach pats her head, chilling her out. She says his no is bogus and she's tagging along anyway. Dean eyes their stubborn vibes, regretting their cockiness. Awake for a week and they think they're gods? New problem pops up. No upperclassman's gonna babysit a two-person squad. Right then, a hand shoots up from the seniors, and this smooth dude with a killer smile walks over. Says national treasures like them need a buff guard like him. Teach finally sighs with relief. With this guy, the squad's safe and the mission's in the bag. Girl clocks who the senior is. It's Zealing Musclehead, famous for almost making elite core. Bai eyes him, trying to gauge his rep and power level. Zealing walks up, but Bai's like, who? Totally clueless about his fame. Older dude just smirks at that, thinking the kid's a show-off noob who doesn't know his limits. Now the squad's finally locked in. Teach tells everyone the sim test starts right now. Said the dungeon grind is getting live streamed by pro drones tracking every move. After some hype words, he told him to go hard and chase the high score in this big challenge. Bai fist pumped, eyes blazing, ready to prove he's the alpha dog to everyone. The Awakened Academy sits on a beat-down demon cave that once spooked all humanity. Over time, that big demon cave split into tons of mini portals for newbies and pros to run. Academy kids use these portals to level up safely without actually croaking. The big bad demon cave spawned mini dungeons nearby, each packing its own creepy flavor. These fresh dungeons are mostly F and D rank, basically glorified gyms for students to buff up their stats. It's go time for Bai, Elder, and Xiling as the sim starts. Inside the portal, with a creepy drone filming everything, Bai knew the cams were rolling and the whole school was watching. Couldn't flex his full power yet, not with zero intel on the threats. This demon pit has exactly what our boy needs to pull off his shady master plan. Asterisk zap. Asterisk, the squad spawns at a cliff's edge in a super creep-tastic forest. Glowing green vines festered below like toxic thorns. Xiling puffs his chest, swearing he's the ultimate meat shield for the boys. Dude brags he's totally crushed a D rank before, while the girl asks if the mobs actually bite. Xiling explains that creeps here range from E5 to D5, but the scariest beasts are locked up, so don't expect a boss fight. He smirks, adding that sleeping on E rank trash mobs is how rookies get wrecked by their speed. Xiling reminds him they're total noobs with just 1 week of XP, promising to farm easy kills so Elder can score points safely. Then his jaw drops, seeing Bai way ahead, vibing with a weird green glow. Xiling froze, trying to holler at the kid to chill out before he aggroes the whole dungeon. Bai turned, coolly telling Xiling to zip it, which totally triggered the senior. With a cocky grin, he told the squad to hang back, declaring he doesn't need a babysitter. Xiling and the other dude stood there dumbfounded as Bai marched on, hijacking the mission lead. Flying cams streamed the dungeon drama live without missing a beat. Massive screens at school played the feed, letting everyone spy on their fave teams. A private VIP booth, a few shady elites were also glued to the action. A green-haired dude, the second in command, tells the captain to check out the stream. He pointed out a rookie boldly diving into a D-rank zone, instantly piquing the captain's pro curiosity. A girl's chill voice echoes from the shadows, asking who the cocky kid is. Guy goes, it's hilarious. That middle schooler is just a nuclear warrior, basically a trash tier class. Meanwhile, the boat time, other squads were throwing hands in their own dungeons. In the locked F tier, Four Eyes was panicking, fighting mobs with a lock, tambourine. He just spammed support spells from the back while firebats swarmed them. The girl, acting as the pro mentor, yelled at him to chill and keep buffing the team. But dude was shook, terrified by even the weakest trash mobs. Glasses guy couldn't believe F tier scrubs were this scary. In the locked E tier, vibes were way more intense. Teams faced elemental werewolves throwing heavy hits. Soldiers were totally gassed and wrecked on the floor. Some couldn't even stand, straight up exhausted. Healers trying to patch people up, but the beasts won't quit. Han, desperate to flex, charges the wolves like a maniac. Beefing with Bai got him heated, ready to tank everything solo just to prove he's the main character. Meanwhile, Bai Yi is sweeping the locked D tier, cruising deep into the creepy woods with his trio. He unleashed a sick green energy slash, slicing air and leaving nothing but chopped up monster bits. The system kept dinging with XP, dropping notifs for every creep he deleted in that death trap. The guy just strolls forward. Ground is covered in loot and bodies that couldn't handle him. Girl's jaw dropped. Bro, how are you this OP? Break time was short, though. 2 giant spiders crept out. Ba didn't even blink. Zero chill. He's like, all these monsters are sealed, so they're nerfed to half power. Literal AZ's mode. The senior stared at him, totally confused. Even nerfed mobs were lethal and rolled in squads of 10 plus. Yet this guy solos the horde without breaking a sweat. The girl realizes she's nowhere near Bay's league yet. He goes, don't compare stats, it just slows you down. That real talk made her grin, hugging her book. She swore to grind harder. Senior dude was salty though. Newbie stole his thunder and wrecked his rep. He tried to grab the lead, telling Bay it's D tier and to stop being cocky. Xiling tries barking orders, telling the senior to handle the right side. Bay ghosted him. Totally ignored. He already decided to go left cause he felt like it. Room opened into a massive cave with a glowy rune gate. A massive pile of sliced monster guts were scattered everywhere, thanks to the rookie. The senior guy was totally losing his cool. This newbie ignored him again to do his own thing. Bai ghosted the dude and walked right up to the girl. Asked if she's ready to farm some low-level mobs solo. For her, this was actually a pretty big deal. Bai's like, it's a sim, but you made it here. Don't you want to flex a bit and prove your stats? The senior huffed, but the girl stood up tall. She confidently said she'd wreck all the monsters. Bai nodded and dipped left toward the glowing sign. It was flickering dimly in the spooky cave darkness. Behind them, the senior student was basically boiling. Total jealousy face, he was thinking bad thoughts. Suddenly, a shiny bow popped into his hands. Gonna teach the kid a lesson since he won't listen. Screens showed their run, the crowd was loving it. Everyone hyping Bai for soloing those E-rank mobs. Drone shots kept flashing on the monitors. Chat was wilding out, how is he this OP? Listed as Eon, but hitting like an E4 god. Bai went left to smash some giant spiders. Teacher explained why Qian got sent right. It wasn't random RNG. Totally planned. Bai knew the meta. Her magic counters star mobs. Flower power has a huge buff against them. Plus they're weak, so she can farm XP easily. Teacher realized the kid wasn't just talking big. He couldn't hide that proud grin. The student actually delivered on the hype. Bai saw the star mobs spawning on the right. Darker side, perfect camping spot for them. They're basically squishy trash mobs. Super weak to plants. Qian's gonna stomp them. Cam focused on the class rep being chased by a beetle. Bug lunged, but her reaction speed was cracked. Spiky vines shot up and grappled the enemy. She didn't hesitate for a split second. Looked intense as she boosted her spell power. Giant thorny vines started squeezing it tight. Crushed the shell and poisoned it. Nasty. The huge monster started shaking. Went limp and face planted with a loud thud. System confirmed the dub a second later. She bagged 30 XP for the kill. Nice. Prez was totally vibing, eyes shining like she just won the lottery. She actually soloed that E-rank creep all by herself. Dropping her signature move like a pro. Qian's wall toxic plants that block hits and bite back. For a dungeon rookie, girl was chill, facing high-level mobs without even sweating it. Seeing she's good, bro checked out. The middle path where a glowing red seal screamed bad news. Nasty D-rank beasts were locked in there. Dude watches her squish a bug and figures she's set. He cooked up a scheme to grab a high score without flexing his true power to the live audience. One slip up with this crowd and his rep is toast. That senior guy was absolutely fuming. Mad cause the newbies ghosted his orders to do their own thing. So he decides to troll them by unleashing real danger. Xiling equipped his fancy gold bow and fired a shot with a nasty smirk, flexing hard. Totally on purpose, just to spook him and show who's boss. A blinding flash lit up the whole zone. Girl dodged, totally shook and wondering what just happened. An energy blast zoomed past her ear straight into the dark cave. Bad vibes. Class Prez threw massive shade. Xiling faked innocence, claiming he was just buffing her. Yeah right. Suddenly, a crazy roar echoed out, putting everyone on high alert. Next thing, a giant flaming beast bursts out of the cave, charging straight at the girl. It's a two-headed lion, seal broken and power level maxed out. A level 11D rank. She's freaking out. Terror locked her up. Bai sensed the energy spike and spun around. The massive beast leaks. Crazy power, wrecking her poison vines in one swipe. She spammed her walls, but the monster smashed them like cheap toys. The giant plant bits got shredded into confetti, doing 0 damage to the beast. The monster opens its nasty maw over the scared Prez, ready for the finish. Chien's panic spiked, thinking it was game over and she'd rot in this stupid dungeon. That senior dude just smirked, loving that he humbled these cocky juniors. Bei hit the turbo button and zoomed straight for the girl. He yeeted her aside and slashed the lion with everything he had. But the hit missed. Now the big kitty rushes, Prez again, teeth ready to shred. Ba jumps in, playing human shield between the beast and the girl. Bonk. Lands a clean hit right on its noggin. Big guy stumbles, roaring in pain. Bai is shook, thinking, how's this thing got turbo speed? Grip tight, eyes icy. Usually, D-rank mobs stay put in this dungeon. But Xiling knows the glitch, a respawning two-headed lion. He thinks these noobs are way too cocky. Wants to see him survive a D-rank solo. No hand-holding. Watching the show with a creepy grin. His shot buffed the monster. Faster, buffer. Bai clocked it fast. This isn't a normal fight. Speedy, deadly, can't just YOLO this one. Basic moves? Useless. One slip-up equals game over. Gripping the blade he swiped from Dad's stash. Wondering if he needs to unleash the cheat codes. Girl is fuming. Suddenly, Simba's evil twin jumps, roaring like a jet engine. Panic? Nope. Game face on. Prez whips out her book, charging up mana. Boom. Poison ivy explodes, walling in the beast. Doubles down on the shield. No escape for Kitty. Chien ain't done. Slaps on a third layer. Thorny vines wrapping that angry furball like a burrito. Bai's stunned. Didn't think she had that dog in her. Clutching up when it matters most. She hits him up. Let me assist. Promises she won't be dead weight. She's got his back. Xiling is confused. Thinks she's lost it since it almost ate her. Hypes her up. Thought she'd bail, but she's bawling. Prez says she grinded too hard to take an L now. Too much riding on this. Refuses to die here. Her resolve just leveled up. Chien just spammed 3 skills at once. Mana bar is low, can't waste a drop. Flashback hits Bei. He remembers the OG Chien. Top tier at school, total MVP back then. Chill, nice, always helping noobs. Rich kid but zero ego. Class rep vibes, super optimistic. Then they drifted apart. Thought she was basic now, but nope. She's legit. With a solid duo, Ba knows he can clear this undercover. The boomer mentor eyed the noobs. Looked totally cringe to him. Thought they were hyping themselves way too much. Xiling knows swagger ain't stats. You need actual XP to slay mobs. To him, Bei's power level and Chi's skills were trash against the buffed monster he dropped. He chills. Let him wipe and beg for a carry. Then he'd school him on respecting the OGs. Bei takes aggro. Tells the girl, wait for it, then ult. Angry lion shreds the vines and charges, super salty. Bei tagged him 5 minutes ago, so now the beast is tunneling him hard. Bro starts the strat, jukes left, kiting it away from her. He baits the rager right toward the cave's river. Dude launches himself off the ground and yeets into the deep water, ducking the enemy. Crazy lion dives in, choking on its own rage, forgetting water nerfs fire types. Big mistake. Underwater? Bei's turf now. He's fast AF, while the fire beast is lagging like crazy. Saw an opening, signaled his duo, and she didn't hesitate. Lion tries to exit, boom wrapped in vine traps. Fire magic glitching out in the water. Core's busted. It's just screaming, stuck in a stun lock. Chi focuses, squeezes those vines tighter, dumping her whole mana bar into the cast. The play worked perfectly. Water nerfed the flames, leaving the boss helpless. GG easy. Bei drags himself ashore, wheezing. Sword up. Gotcha. He yells. You're done, son. Senior guy's jaw drops. One vine layer stopped it, no shot? Even he couldn't solo that beast, especially after he buffed its stats. Xiling calls them annoying punks. Doesn't get that nuke lions have 0 skills in water. In the spectator lobby, teachers hype the big brain plays and tactical genius. Mentors like, see that reaction speed? Kids carrying. Guy bets. Bei's gonna top the leaderboard and grab the high score. Just gotta land. One last hit, farm that D-class boss XP. Just as the clip goes to the guild for the record, screens blackout, stream dies, teachers, huh? The reason? Totally obvious. That spy drone was toast, smoking on the rocks like burnt trash. Xiling watched the wreckage, grinning like a creep. He made sure 0 proof of Bei's epic win survived. You totally crushed it. The guy high-fived her. Nah, she shrugged. I just followed your lead. Hard work pays off, he winked. Turned that basic skill into a total beast move. Suddenly, Xiling popped out like a jump scare. Boss is dead. Quit the flirting, he sneered. The pair swapped awkward looks. I'm bored, the senior groaned. Show's over. Vey snapped, you summoned a D-rank beast? Seriously? That thing was lethal, are you insane? Chill, Xiling lied. Was trying to buff her stats. Not my fault she dodged it like a noob. So your aim just sucks, Vey retorted dryly. Call yourself a pro? What a joke. He glared. Can't aim. Don't hold a bow, dude. The girl rolled her eyes, backing him up. With that aim? The elites will never pick you. Xiling's face went completely red with rage. He spun around, aiming his energy bow right at them. They stepped up, shielding the girl instantly. He stood his ground, not flinching one bit. His chill vibe totally freaked the senior out. Big anger turned into pure saltiness. He knew he couldn't scare this rookie at all. The glowing bow dissolved into thin air. Poof. Gone, just like his fighting spirit. We'll finish this later, he muttered, walking off. Silence took over the cave. Xiling drifted to the glowing red seal. The duo trailed behind, keeping distance. What a toxic loser, the girl thought. Vey crouched, poking the fried drone. Yo, let's go. The senior yelled back. Vey smirked. Camera dead, perfect plan. No vid means the mentor has to leave to check. Other teams are miles away, he noted. Eyes glowing, he whispered, he gave us a free pass. Qian blinked, totally confused by the shift. She stared at his sneaky face, clueless. They walked back to the main cave zone. Straight to the red seal holding the monsters. Vey whispered, zip your lips on this, okay? She knew spilling the beans was pointless, nobody would buy her crazy story anyway. Back up a sec, Bai had struck a sketchy deal with that bully and swiped the uncle's super rare seal breaking stone right off the kid. He whips the rock out of his jeans, ancient runes, blinking on it like neon signs. Bai was about to go full YOLO mode. Smash the seal, grab the jade spirit, and loot this D-class dungeon dry. Crystal meets altar, and boom, creepy crimson energy everywhere. It swirled around him, lighting up the room like a spooky disco with electric crackles. The girl was totally shook, like, terrified. Breaking that seal equals instant release of every high-level beastie trapped inside. She tries to pump the brakes on him, but, too late. The sequence started, and the seal was crumbling like a stale cookie. Bai's like, chill, explaining the monster juice is still nerfed by the seal, but she thinks 2 versus an army is straight up suicide. Suddenly, his wrist bling flashes. He grins, who said 2? She looked totally confused. She's demanding answers. How? And where'd you snag that amulet? Bracelet flares up with fire vibes, and Ba gets a magical makeover right there. Staff spawns in his hand, poof, warrior gone, wizard loaded. Qian gasps, wait, you can class switch to mage? Bai tells her, camp the exit, don't aggro the mobs. Spell activates, chains holding the beasts explode into confetti with a sound that would wreck your eardrums. Huge ugly monsters jump him instantly, eager to snack on their liberators. Qian lets out a mega scream, begging him to be careful and not get deleted by the mobs. Beasts are getting way too cozy with Bai. He raises the staff, summoning that OP ancient cloud magic. System ping, congrats, you are now a cloud mage. Nice. A second later, an energy shockwave ripples through the cave. Bai casts freeze. Energy beam shoots out, and turns those giants into monster sickles instantly. Qian is staring, jaw on the floor. She barely soloed 1 D-class lion with help before. Bai just tanked 3 lethal beasts with his new spec. Years of timeout made the monsters rush out all at once. He warns her, these things are bad news for noobs. Bi tells the senior he needs space to spam spells without causing friendly fire. She gets it and backs off, giving him the stage. Suddenly, a pack of glowing fire panthers bursts from the rift. Then comes the boss, a level 12 rage leopard on fire. Bai sizes up the scene in a heartbeat. Seal debuffed them by half, so they aren't fighting at max power. He triggers flash freezing. Same trick. Turning mobs into giant popsicles right on the spot. Sucks the wet stuff right out of thin air. Bam. Frozen. Can't move, can't cast. Base sticks to the script. Class swap. Nuclear warrior mode, on. Staff goes poof, sword goes schwing. Next up? A fire saber-toothed kitty looking for a snack. It's crunch time, baby. Bay's unleashing the secret sauce. Fast, direct, and totally lethal. Big predator goes for a chomp, trying to snap him in half, but whoosh. He teleports away. Class switch again. Cloud mage, I choose you. Sword vanishes, ice staff equipped. Magic time. Zap. Angry giant becomes an ice sculpture, frozen, mid-air. Qian's jaw hits the floor, watching him toggle classes like a pro gamer. No lag at all. Then it clicked. Total lightbulb moment. Bae wasn't grinding stats, he was mastering elemental resists. She checked her own skills, feeling kinda basic, realizing she just spammed spells for DPS before. Real power is control, fam. Finesse, not just blasting. Wild elements don't care about brute force. Gotta flow with him to be a real wizard boss. She watched Bae wreck monsters with his ice toys. His chill levels and skills were insane. Whole mob got frozen stiff, epic crowd control. She's shook. One basic skill is OP if you use it right. Staring at the frozen beast, she realizes, this guy is the elemental king. Perfection. Chien feels like a noob, he's leveled past everyone. Shock fades. She grins. Okay, the kid is cracked. Mad respect. Suddenly. Rumble. Final boss, giant mammoth enters the chat. System alert, this guy is sweaty. Stronger than the whole dungeon combined. Bae smirks. Finally, the loot I came for. Mammoth screams and smashes the ice like glass. Root. Green aura flares. Nuclear warrior back online. Blade out. Locks in. Boss fight mode. He needs that drop. Speed hacks activate. He jumps and lands a critical hit right on its head. Boom. His glowing green dagger slices deep. That's gotta hurt. He sticks the landing as the giant backs off, leaking HP from cuts all over. Ba thinks, asterisk level 15 mammoth, asterisk weaker than that level 10 ape, lame. Dude has literally zero chill. He speed blitzes it, spamming attacks and landing crits left and right. Taking that beat down, the rest a B. Monster wobbles and face plants, totally out of gas. Smelling the win, a fresh buff hits by E, eyes glowing bright gold. Fire aura bursts out. Time for the finisher to good game this boss. He pops the 1 versus 100 skill and swings, blasting golden vibes across the cave. Huge hit wipes the mammoth and mobs. Instant K. Oh, for them. System spam confirms the wipe of D-class creeps. Tons of XP gained. Last pop-up says he wrecked a level 15 mammoth. 1000 XP plus loot, fire bones, jade tooth. Bae spots a weird drop where the boss was a glowing yin-yang stone. Info says it's a resonant royal stone. Duo artifact for linking powers. After the dub, rewards rain down. Stats spike, nuclear warrior class jump straight to D tier, no grind. The girl near the dead mobs was still shook by the view. Can't believe one dude soloed the horde. Bai walks up, sticking to the plan he made pre-fight. He asks if she remembers their chat earlier. About keeping this on the down low? Suddenly he sees she hit level 7. E-class just from leeching XP. At school, the broken seal vibes caused panic, and teachers, Bai's homeroom included, ran through halls, totally freaked. They bumped into Zelling, who was chilling. Teach yelled, "Why aren't you guarding the noobs in the dungeon?" Silence. Teach said, "Seal's broken, no time to chat. Gotta save the kids, as soon as possible." Alone now, Zelling grinned evilly and laughed. Revenge came early. Sweet. Teachers stormed the dungeon yelling names. Then they froze, shocked. Students were chilling, totally fine. Bai's like, "Teach? Why the dramatic entrance?" Teach stares at the fixed seal. Glitchy sensors maybe? The scene. Flash forward, Friday, May 29th, school's practically out. Xiling grills the deputy commander. "Did my contribution lock in that final elite squad spot?" Deputy smirks, drops a fake sorry, and drops the bomb. Cap's already picked someone else. Bummer. Dude is shook. And totally livid. "Who stole my gig? This is totally rigged," he screams. Xiling's losing it. "We had a deal. That spot was mine. My skills? My connections? Not enough for you?" Suddenly, a girl's voice cuts in from the door. "Taken. Hella's just chilling there, watching the drama. Mystery level gold assassin. She's totally fixated on Bai." Cut 2, Friday night, May 29th, open air cafe. Inspectors chatting up Bai's dad. Cop lays down the law. "Don't mess up. I pulled strings to spring you early." Dad slurps noodles, barely caring. Yeah, I get it, no drama for your precinct. Chill." Cop leans in, whispering the real intel. "Got a text. We're on the clock till next Friday." Phone buzzes. Cop jumps up, super annoyed. This old guy keeps nagging for updates. I'm so done." Cop dips out, yelling back, heading back to the station. Dad watches him go. "I'm heading home too." Face twists rage mode. Eyes glowing red, he's plotting serious payback. Hits the old flat, empty. Wife and kid? Gone. And that just snaps his brain. Boom. The silence feels like a total roast. Makes him crazier. Every echo screams that they ditched him. Kicks a stool, cursing. Left without asking? The nerve. Paces around, checking corners like they're playing hide and seek. Every second, he gets madder. Thinking they're gone forever? He vows to hunt him down. Smash. Punches the mirror. Glass flies. Reflection shows his twisted, psycho face. New pad. Bai clips a jade stone on mom's necklace. Wear this. Shows her a matching rock in his palm. You're under my watch now, he grins. Magic link, he says. I'll sense if you're in trouble. Promises this connection is her VIP ticket. For him to warp in and save the day instantly. Grabs her hands. Can't let you roam solo without this, Mom. Realizes she never got any bling. Or the nice stuff she actually deserved. Mom's signing says I shouldn't be a hermit with her all weekend. Go touch grass with friends, she says. I grin. Nah, I'm good. Hanging with her beats dealing with random NPCs any day. She keeps gesturing, lecturing me on getting besties for life. The forever bond talk? Yeah, that shuts me up real quick. Suddenly I'm thinking about everything I totally messed up. I look away, brain going full emo mode on the spot. Flashbacks hit hard, my old squad's faces popping up in 4K. Cut to the creepy D-rank dungeon. Time to grind. Grab this jade, and that's one less headache on my plate. This spooky cave's on a timer 1 hour a night. Speedrun time. Gotta focus on that level grind or I'm toast. I stomp forward through the dungeon's black hallways. My legs get all glowy with some dark shadow juice. Zoomies engaged. I'm moving silent like a ninja ghost now. I used to be OP back in the day, but fat lot of good that did me. Right at the entrance. Boom, a level 15 killer orchid, nasty elemental salad. Just gotta keep moving. Remembering I was buff but useless while my party got wiped. Turning that angst into pure, unadulterated rage. I go slice and dice on the veggie monster with my blade. System prompt pops up, enemy deleted, nice. 250 XP in the bank, sweet loot. Drop 3 petals too, potion crafting time, baby. While I scoop up the loot, I remember friendship is just code for future trauma. Slaying mobs while thinking, what is even the point? If the devs upstairs want us dead, we're basically cooked. So annoyed I almost missed the big tentacle swipe. That thing tried to hug me. Hard pass. Wrecked it. Note to self, get buff or get wrecked by fate. I'm batting away giant calamari arms left and right. Gotta get faster, gotta go sonic speed in this fight. It squeezes me like a stress ball, but I flex out. More power. My eyes go full anime protagonist mode. Ding. Weed whacked. 320 XP earned. Bay goes berserk on the garden. Combo hits everywhere. The kill feed just keeps scrolling. Covered in goo, I literally bite the tentacle. Yuck. Loot alert, 6 stems of the power flower. Pops was mad, and I'm too weak to clap back yet. Grind harder. I'm kinda trash right now, can't even handle a plant. If I can't beat this shrub, how's the golden gun guy gonna drop? Gotta kill 'em all. No skipping mobs today. Farming XP like a pro, he dives deeper into the dark. Mobs swarm him from every angle with zero chill. Facing the horde, bro finally unleashes the OP skills he kept low-key until now. He goes beast mode, glowing gold and wrecking him. He's gassed but the exit shuts in 20 minutes. Scoping the scene, our boy wants to speedrun the boss and grab the loot. Saturday, past midnight. By faces the big bad tree. Green neon lights up the place like a rave. He shouts out loud. It's time to flex his max level stats on this guy. Ba grips his sword, charging alt for the big 1v1. But wait. The boss juked him. It sidestepped and vanished in green. A level 20 lord pops up and starts spamming hits. He dodges, waiting to land a crit and good game this fight. Finding his footing, Bay hacks off a monster arm like butter. He presses the attack, pinning the lord to the wall. The thing stares at its stump leaking green goo. But the hype was way too early. Boss buffs up and regens the limb. Bay's jaw drops full heal in seconds, that's cheats. Then the lord smashes the floor, shaking the map. Green light bursts out, sending tentacles his way. He scans the area, trying to stay chill and find an escape route. Vibes get bad as creepy plants pop up. Defeated mobs respawn? Bro wonders why the boss has res hacks. A low tier D class. Shouldn't have auto res. Time to rethink the strat. While he's distracted by the weeds, a giant vine sneaks up on his blind side. Bam! It stabs him before he can blink. Total shock. Impaled. HP dropping fast, blood everywhere. Ba realizes the awful truth. A twin boss was camping in the shadows the whole time. System alerts, level 20. He's writhing, realizing it's a 2v1. Odds are totally stacked against him. At 12:59, the gate starts glitching out. Same day, May 30th, At 6 p.m., Mom's stressing at the new pad, hearing nothing. She figures he's in trouble again and goes to find him. Next block over, some shady dude stands in the rain, cursing out the world. Ba's dad is totally fuming they ghosted him to snag a new crib without asking. Dude checks out the fancy digs, scoffing that they're living large on his dime. His face twists into a psycho rage mask, eyes blazing hate at the fam who ditched him. Meanwhile, Mom slips past security, hunting for her missing boy. Suddenly, she freezes, sensing bad vibes, clutching the protection crystal her son gave her. She goes wide-eyed. She knows she's toast. The crystal glows red. Lightning cracks overhead, super ominous sign. Ba's stuck in a demon cave, wiped after fighting endless mobs. Gasping for air, he grips his sword. Wave 5 in 1 hour? Seriously? He chops the plants, but they just zombie respawn. Worst part? 0 XP or loot for re-killing them. Lame. Gotta find their spawn point fast, he thinks. Locking eyes on the glowy lords, he figures they're the power source. He dashes straight at one of the twins. Lining up his shot, he buries his sword in the enemy, then unleashes a combo to wreck the beast. But nope, total fail. The wounds heal instantly in a green flash. Unbelievable. Then it clicks for Bai. The twin is spamming heals on his bro. Heads just grow back after chopping. Useless. Literal cheat codes. Infinite respawns plus instant team heals? Way stronger than S-class healers. Broken mechanics. Where's all that juice coming from? Suddenly, a lord teleports right next to him. Bai reflects the hit perfectly. 0 damage. He snaps back with a counter, slicing the air with glowing energy. Then he notices something weird. The boss is copying his moves perfectly. Creepy. They keep fighting, the twin flanking to box him in. Shockingly, the monster talks, praising his sword skills. The other twin pops up nearby. Both square up. Bai's face shifts. He spotted the secret behind their infinite lives. He peeks past the big bad's shoulder, spots something sus in the dark corner of the cave, grins like he just cracked the cheat code, finally figured out how to nerf these guys for good. Bai dashes straight for a glowing tree. That magic twig is their battery pack. Speed blitzes past the boss, slicing an arm off mid-run. It all makes total sense now. Their infinite health hacks depend on those glow sticks. Boss regenerates instantly. Total cheater. Screams like a banshee, but our boy has a fresh plan. Gotta unplug their router to stop the connection. Sever the link to the power source. Chop the wood, kill the regen. Whack. He takes down a massive trunk. Doesn't wait for a reaction, just keeps chopping. Swaps loadout. Cloud Mage mode engaged, staff ready. Hoists the ice stick high, and blasts a brain freeze wave at the enemy. Instantly turns the D-class duo into popsicles. Frozen solid. The kid lands, swaps back to nuclear warrior to finish the job. Summons the blade and slashes a boss wide open. Bingo. His hunch was dead on. No battery means no respawn. The plant monsters wither and crash hard. Victory. Bag 2500 XP. Plus a rare drop, the white spirit flower. Instantly refills half stamina and patches wounds. The leftover twin busts out of the ice block. Kid's exhausted but points his dagger anyway. The giant beast is out of magic, and looks super emo. 0 fight left. Asks to be ended cause he can't solo life without his bro. Bai's weirded out but respects the drama. Slash. Cuts the monster in half. Good game. System pings another 2500 XP and drops a toxic thorn mineral. The grind was totally worth it. Levels up multiple times. Dungeon exit unlocks. Status screen pops up in his face. Plant bar is maxed out. New class incoming. Bai shook. Green energy swirling everywhere. Wonder what kind of build this is? Last unlock was OP, so he's grinning for the jackpot. Then boom, a notification pops up. Blue tier flower summoner. Weird flex? Bro's bummed. Thinks the system's totally glitching out. Class has low stats but lets you contract defeated plant souls. He scopes out the wrecked monsters. Whoa, glowing blue souls floating right there. Kid decides to snag 'em quick, can't pass up on free backup for future brawls. He gets close, eyeing the shiny energy swirling over the dead bosses. Bai hits confirm on flower spirit contact, reaching for the glowing loot. Touches the souls and zap energy. Vortex spins up, rebuilding the boss bodies. Linked up now. He can summon these dudes whenever he needs a hand in a scrap. Big monsters solidify, staring blankly, waiting for orders. Meanwhile, Ba's dad is outside in the rain, rage mode on, gripping a knife. But his phone ringing kills the vibe, pausing his whole revenge murder plan. Annoyed, he answers. And shock, it's the inspector offering a guild comeback. Inspector invites him to a dinner. With the dean, basically a golden ticket back in. Dad's like, you bet, I'm there. Won't miss this. Hangs up grinning evilly. Gonna prep a nice surprise for him. Totally wasted, he screams about what an epic day it is. Waving a huge knife, yelling, where y'all hiding at? Ba's mom steps out. Into the storm, freaking out, wondering where he is. Suddenly, Bai pops up with groceries. Why you wet, mom? She jumps, then chills out seeing her kid safe and sound. Ba smiles. Let's dip inside before we catch a nasty cold. Later, in the new crib, mom stares at her keepsake bracelet. Sad vibes hit, she knows. The insane risks he's taking in dungeons to save them. Bai chills on his bed, plotting moves against his haters. Checking his 3 classes. Green Nuclear Warrior, Blue Summoner, Red Mage. Stacked, checks the screen. Worried 'bout dad, who gets out in 10 days. Ba feels way too weak still. Bets dad might bail early, gotta stay ready for a showdown. So he crafted epic gear to save his butt if things go south. Stuck? He figures he'll just fully sync with that rare crystal. Max power, baby. Next morning, Bai's chilling up on the way. Roof, wrapped in red vibes, deciding he can't ghost anyone anymore. Gotta prep to face his dad and buff his stats, as soon as possible. In just like one day, Bai solos 3 demon caves, flexing his skills in every class. But he needs class status or his dad's gonna wreck him. By sundown, he wipes another D rank dungeon. Ready for dad now. Also bagged the Lone Wolf title for clearing 10 caves solo. It is Monday, June 1st. Back at the academy, teachers are hyping up the exam score reveal. Teacher drops the final grades. To the class, literally shaking with excitement and pride. She announces Bai and the prez took top spot. Bai's scores were so nuts they sent them to HQ. After analysis? Confirmed, highest stats in school history. GOAT status, he got a record score. That literally no one else has ever hit. Cause of this, the squad gets a meet and greet with the Divine Guild. Everyone shook, even top priests don't get that invite. Bai sees this as a crazy shot to confront the gods who played him, way earlier than planned. New arc starting now. His buddy grabs his hand, all emotional, begging not to be forgotten when Bai gets famous. Glasses guy stares at Bai, totally fanboying. Knew our boy would outshine them all eventually. Meanwhile, the dean is chatting with his nephew, figuring out the fallout of this mess, asking why he is ditching camp when it is such a rare loot drop. Han grips his fist hard, totally conflicted. But he stands his ground. I ain't going. Says he only got 3rd, so he hasn't earned his spot yet. Admits he is sick of everyone thinking he is just a nepo baby winning cause of dad. Dean respects the hustle. Bummer his dad can't see this. Then Han asks his uncle a favor. Wants access to a D-class demon cave. Gonna grind solo and get buff on his own terms. Cut to the principal's office, Xiling begging to go to camp. Kid is the sole heir, so uncle is like, why you acting crazy? You know the risks. Things get spicy. Director demands to know why Xiling acted up during exams. He knows the brat buffed a monster to attack noobs during the sim. Director snaps, slams the desk. You think we are dumb enough to fall for your tricks? He swears he's the only reason Xiling didn't get yeeted out of school. That intense stare makes the kid shake like a leaf. Next second, he drops to his knees for the boss. Bawling his eyes out, he admits he messed up big time. Teach's eyes glow scary red. Get up, he snaps. Xiling shuts up and wobbles back to his feet. Then the boss drops one final truth bomb. He flagged that weirdo Bai to the top brass. Bai's stats are so OP and sus that the admins are investigating. So a rep from the Divine Guild is gonna grill him face to face. He lets Xiling hit camp but warns, drop the ego and play it cool. Screw up again, and you're on your own, buddy. No backup. Xiling beams, grinning huge, and thanks his uncle. But outside, his vibe flips. He starts obsessing over Hella. He's convinced that girl is totally gonna be his eventually. A classmate gapes at the invite Bai just got. He yells that Bai got tapped for the school's top squad. It's an official invite for the dude to join the legendary Divine Guild, skipping the entrance exam. The crowd goes wild, buzzing since everyone else grinds for that spot, yet Bai gets a free pass. One kid calls him a legend, crying salty tears of jealousy. Amidst all this hype, Bai strolls up and snags the letter back. Shocking everyone, he walks over to the trash can and silently dunks the letter like garbage. People start freaking out. Are you crazy? The stunned class screams. He just ditched a huge honor. But Bai stays chill and walks out. The savage move leaves everyone totally confused. His buddy squats by the bin, staring at the wasted invite. Glasses guy asks if he still doesn't get Bai's deal. He calmly explains that the new Bai isn't a follower anymore. Seems like he's chasing a totally different game now. Bai hits the D-class dungeon. It's empty, perfect for solo grinding. He thinks it's the perfect spot for a solo run. No noobs around means he can level up in peace. Inside, Han is already waiting for him. The whole place glows with a creepy red vibe. He signals it's go time, looking dead serious about this raid. As Bai tries to warn his partner about D-class is rough, but the bully interrupts. Chill, I got this. Flashback time. The deal, teach the kid to fight and buff up fast. Trade? Punk gets access to all D-rank seals. Wow. He got passes for every dungeon? Crazy. Respect, clear who the real boss is here. Bai shreds that dragon like paper. Han's floored, cursing his bad luck. Bai offers a hand, but the jerk just waves him off. I'll handle this beast solo. Kid goes berserk. Bai? Just checking his stats. He knows he's gotta hit the requirements. Or no special job unlock. Total bummer. Main goal, hit S rank or bust. Hidden caves done. School dungeons are his only XP farm now. Grind mode on, days fly. Post D-class? Leveling is a total drag. Han faces another huge monster. Yikes. Han YOLO charges, so Bai has to step in and smack it back. Boom. Bully screams, didn't ask for backup. Bai shrugs, you'd be toast otherwise. Thursday hits. Han solos it. D-class achieved. Dude's hyped. Says this rush. Beats his bodyguards fighting for him. Cool Bai gets a system ping. XP gained. The master plan is a go. Thinks of dad, dark mood strikes. Admits he's too weak to face him yet. Suddenly, a status window pops up. New stats, new skill. Sweet upgrade. Thursday. Mom grins and teases. Late home? She bets it's a hot date. He blushes. Mom. I'm just a student. Mom keeps going. Says dating's normal. Go for it, honey. Chase the ones you love, she says. Or you'll regret missing your shot. That hit him right in the feels. Eyes go wide. He goes quiet. Instantly remembers his past life special girl. His old combat partner. They went through hell. He remembers the time she wanted a hug, called him captain, but he shoved her away. She was super mad. His mind drifts back to the finale of that crazy brawl, right when the whole zone was just carpeted with dead creeps. She was chilling on the dirt, hyped that they'd crushed it again like absolute bosses. Wiped out, but keeping his cool. Bai just goes, time to bounce, right now. She reached up, grinning, teasing him for a princess carry. Bai got all flustered and shut that down fast, telling her to ask the squad, leaving her totally bummed out. Then the good vibes crash into a nightmare of his crew turning traitor. Suddenly, his whole world is stained in blood and gloom, replaying his bestie's grisly final moments. Bai snaps back to reality, recalling how he first met Lingyu back then, fresh off death row thanks to Teach. It was one heck of a gloomy, weird day. When they randomly bumped into each other in the city, he hopes she's good, but linking up in this timeline? Nearly impossible. He's got zero clue where to look since his memory is Swiss cheese. And even if they do vibe again, it won't be like the old days. Late that night, Lingyu is stuck in her room, doom scrolling and overthinking. This mystery guy has her hooked. 10th invite sent, 10 rejections. But she ain't a quitter. She's gonna track Bai down tomorrow, face to face. Comes Friday, Bai's big day, and he's eyeing a gift box on the table. Mom sits across, grinning, reminding him she prepped this just for him. Being super careful, the dude starts to unwrap it, kinda hyped. But the contents? Total shocker. He pulls out a cozy scarf. In early summer? Seriously? Then he spots a little note tucked inside, with sweet words telling her son to be happy and chase his own path. Suddenly, the scarf makes total sense. He asks if she knows about his summer training camp trip. Mom just smiles and nods right away. She says the temp drops hard there, so he's gotta stay warm. Bai gets all emotional, realizing his mom was onto him the whole time and just had his back quietly. Then she hands him cash, winking that he should treat his BFFs. Bai sighs, reminding her, Mom, I literally told you I have 0 friends. Cut to school, where one of Bai's buddies excitedly hands him a slick little figure. Bai blinks, totally confused. Ah, what is it? His classmate beams, my fave water mage model, pretty sick, right? Suddenly, Four Eyes jumps into the chat. He calls the gift trashy and tells Bai to check his out instead. The glasses dude slams a box down in front of him and claims snagging rare loot like this is a nightmare these days. Bai's jaw drops. The box holds a vintage VHS of his fave flick. Flashback, he and Specs used to sneak into ruins to binge ancient movies. Specs begs him to Keep it hush hush. If the teachers catch wind, they are toast. Bai grins, thanking his bro for the sick present. Specs lets out a dramatic, heavy sigh. He's just stoked he could actually make his buddy happy. Suddenly, a girl screams Bai's name, snapping him out of it. She hollers and wishes him happy B-Day, shoving a fancy bow-tied box at him. Bystanders freeze like deer in headlights because inside sits a massive, glowing crystal pulsing with insane energy. It's a phantom gem, rare, pricey, and totally OP. Even the system pings it as S-tier loot immediately. Bai shoves it back. No way, that costs more than my life. Chien ain't taking no for an answer, though. She owes him for the trip. Plus, for her rich fam? This is pocket change. But for him? This rock is a total game changer. Bai buffers for a sec, then clicks. He's too weak to be picky. He needs every buff he can get. She must have peeped his trash gear when he swapped to magic class. Talk about observant. Bai realizes Chien is actually super chill and sweet. He didn't think anyone would remember his big day. Meanwhile, two dudes behind him are gossiping like crazy. They're clueless how Bai got so tight with the class queen. They zip it fast when she steps up. Silence falls. They act innocent, hiding their shade. Feeling the love, Bai switches gears and hits up the guys. Yo, dinner's on me tonight. Grinning, he offers to foot the bill. You guys free? The boys light up, hyped for free food. They say yes before he even finishes asking. Vibe kill. Bai spots a senior squad rushing the class. His face goes dead serious instantly. What's their deal crashing the party right now? A classmate clocks the group beelining for them and whispers, yo, that's the elite team captain. He mentions the captain's supposed to be a total hottie. Bai knows he gotta dodge whatever she's selling. Word spreads fast, and kids from all over the school mob the balconies for the drama. Zealing's there too, looking salty and furious. Seething, he grumbles about this cocky brat becoming a total pain in the neck. Our high school hero just watches, dead silent. Zero chill, face screaming I am not amused. Ignoring the mob, Bai struts down the hall, beelining for the captain. Out of nowhere, a blindingly bright megavolt zap lights up the hallway. Huge energy wave swallows the whole area instantly. A bunch of kids get knocked flat on their butts, flying backward. Explosion? Whatever. Bai stands there like a boss, unfazed. The beam charges up, locking straight onto his face. Bai stays frosty. Poker face level, expert. He braces himself. Flash. Everyone else eats the floor. Pro instincts kick in. Bai instantly knows the frontal attack is total fake bait. Reflex check, summons his glowing blade to his right hand. Grips it tight, ready to smack down the sneak attack. His spidey senses are literally screaming about the times real times threat zooming in from behind. Super fast. He blocks just in time. Skills? Immaculate. The bystanders are totally shook by the speed, yelling, what the heck? Enter girl, glowing with a crazy golden aura. Bai's eyes go wide, sparks still buzzing around him. She saunters slowly, right up to our boy. Grinning, she's like, yep, I picked the right one. Bai stares, totally dumbstruck, can't look away. It's a face from his past life. Thought she was gone for good. He remembers her bubbly, chaotic energy. Flashback, her begging for piggyback rides after fights. Also remembers being an emotional brick wall back then. He used to push her away like a total jerk. She didn't deserve that. Lingu, still sparkling with lightning, says, you ghosted our invite, so I came to you. The other kids are stunned, whispering like, is this real life? One kid's like, how do you say no to times her asterisk? She offers a hand for a formal intro. But Bai rushes in, totally ignoring the handshake. He pulls her into a massive, warm bear hug. The crowd practically glitches in shock. Teacher in the doorway just gapes, unbelieving. Xiling's face twists, that hug triggers him hard. Ling Yu is startled. Whoa, what's with the hug, she thinks. Bai squeezes the girl super tight, whispering. Long time no see. The middle schoolers are totally floored. Like, how does a junior just casual hug the elite captain? Classmates are losing it, assuming some crazy, forbidden love story is sparking right there. Glasses guy corrects his pal. She's not older, bro. Same age, just leveled up early and transferred to high school. The head teacher watches quietly. The girl is shook. Asterisk flash, asterisk energy bursts and she blips right out of Bai's hug to the side. The guy is caught off guard, blinking at the empty spot she just vacated. Ling Yu pops up behind him, pokes his shoulder, and grins. So, you taking the invite? Our elite squad has the best loot. Fastest way to get buff. Bai listens too. Her whole spiel silently, then drops a hard refusal. Not interested. Don't plan on sticking around this school long. He shakes her hand firmly. I'm making my own guild soon, actually. Look, I won't join your crew, but the day we fight together is coming fast. Just then, the vice captain interrupts, yelling, why are you here? The director ordered a formal greeting. We need to hustle, like, now. Ling Yu turns to go. Catch you at the training camp, bye. She shoots him a fierce look. We're definitely finishing this chat later. She is super curious why he hugged her and acted like they were old pals. But the vice captain isn't giving her a second. He insists she march up to the director's office immediately. Nearby, Zeeling watches it all, face twisted in jealous rage. As she bails, the students start whispering amongst themselves, no way, Bai just rejected the captain. And he tried to recruit times her asterisk? Bold move. They couldn't understand where he got the nerve. One student isn't surprised though. I heard rumors he crushed the entrance exam records. Watching Ling Yu go, Bai thinks, never expected to see her in this life. He recalls the rules of the Divine Guild. Identities are top secret, never ask about the past. That's why he never knew she went to his high school. A happy smile lights up his face. Seeing her again was the ultimate birthday gift. Later, the gang's at a cafe. Bai's treat. They're all roasting him about the cheap venue. Four Eyes swears he just suggested a spot, but the squad knows he's just craving kebabs. But real quick, the vibe gets super heavy. Qian's like, you ditching us to start a guild? And Bei acts all mysterious before going, Yoop. Post-training, he's ghosting everyone to stay in the Holy Land. The crew is totally shook, jaws on the floor like, bro, you're dropping out for a guild? For real? Dude's like, chill, I ain't quitting school. He's just leveling up to that fancy Divine Guild Academy. Meanwhile, a flashy white whip rolls up to the Ritz. Suits outside bow down like royalty just showed up. Even a police inspector is there, acting all respectful and stiff. Out steps the big boss master of the Divine Guild himself. Struts in like he owns the place, minions trailing behind. Suddenly, the chief's face goes pale as he spots something sketchy in the corner. It's his deputy chilling with Bei's dad. Major red flag. Chief is totally lost, like, what is happening? He grills the deputy, when did this guy get out? He's supposed to be in the slammer for being a violent jerk. Deputy smirks, double bail, boss, just look the other way. The chief is fuming seeing the law treated like a joke. He snaps, why drag this mess to Mr. Guildmaster's party? Deputy whispers, he got booted for nothing, he just wants back in. Bei's dad clutches these glowing magic energy rocks tightly. He blew his savings just to buy his way back. Tried to bribe the boss, but it backfired instantly. Before he speaks, the master smacks the loot out of his hands. Dude starts stuttering, totally panicking and making zero sense. The master is super ticked off. He yells, security? With this loudmouth leaker right here? Such a savage and harsh vibe check, totally blindsides the deputy. Bei's dad scrambles on the floor, grabbing his shiny rocks. He mumbles, sorry, let me explain. But he can't even finish talking before the master jacks him up by the collar. Boss man's eyes are practically shooting lasers. He gets in his face, you think you can buy me off? He shoves him back, take your trash and get lost. The guy scrambles to bail, and then he snaps at his minions, ban that mutt from the guild forever. Father Bei's floored, hands shaking like crazy. Weak sauce, but he claws at those shiny magic rocks. Bam! Suddenly, he just loses it. Goes full rage mode, smashing the crystals hard. Bashes him non-stop till his hand's a bloody mess. Dude stands up, glowing with a creepy red vibe. Quietly swearing to wreck literally everyone. Leaves the hotel fuming, how dare that scrub diss me. Heads buzzing with fury. Total meltdown. Blames the universe. Why's fate hating on me? Visions of his wife pop up. Murder mood, on. He camps out where the ex and kid live. Glowing like a demon, vowing to delete them all. Mom's eyes bug out. Spidey senses tingling hard. Outside, right at the doorstep. Hubby's lurking, watching her turn the corner. She drops the bags in panic. Ba's dad, looking spooky, walks up. Jackpot. Meanwhile, the squad's still living it up at the party. Boom. Dudes in raincoats crash the spot. Gold badges? Yup, that's the fancy Divine Guild crew. Bei sips his drink. Heads up, guys. That's the guild's elite team. Flex. Buddy gets hype. Bro, your future co-workers. Once you hit the academy, you'll be squadmates. Bei's gonna boss them around one day, no cap. Bei watches them roll by. Gets a weird feeling. This day's sus. Too smooth. Glasses spots the mood shift. Yo, focus on the B-day. Bae tries, but can't shake the bad vibes. That anxiety just won't quit nagging him. Crew says party on. Someone calls for a toast. Cheers. Clinking glasses, wishing him the best. Right as the glasses go up, his jade necklace lights up. Energy surge. Mom's shaking, gripping her necklace for dear life. With her ex raging right there, her panic meter hits the max. Dude looks demonic, body blazing with mad energy. She hits the deck, crushed by his toxic aura. He growls, "Forgot where your real home is? Having fun behind my back? Bold move. Who's the guy you're clinging to? Time to show you your place, lady." Boom. His eyes lock onto that flashy glowing bracelet on her wrist. She tries hiding the bling, but her raging hubby snaps, "Who gave you that?" Then the dude just busts out laughing like a maniac, figuring some sugar daddy is funding their upgrade. Pops grabs his head, screaming, "Why me?" This is total embarrassment. He completely loses it, going full on psycho, raising a hand to smack her. A giant fist flies at defenseless mom. Mom lets out a massive scream. Right then, the bracelet lights up with this neon green vibe. A giant monster dude suddenly pops out of the flash. Dad's shocked when an armored hand catches his fist mid-air. Blocked. He freezes, totally clueless about what just went down. Two buff figures step up to shield mom. Bodyguards, activate. Flashback time for the lady, remembering Bae giving her the jewelry and saying, "Wear this 24/7. He was super strict about it, claiming the thing was for safety and keeping in touch when he's gone. Zero chill. The monster charges and tackles the angry dad. Dad tries to defend but eats a purple energy punch. Ouch. Dude can't handle that kind of force. Another mega hit sends him flying sideways. Yeet. Covered in scary red lightning, he preps for the boss fight to vent his rage. His eyes glow creepy, and he's got this twisted, crazy grin. Meanwhile, Bae is just chilling at dinner with the squad. Suddenly, he gets a bad vibe. His jade stone blinks. Mom's in big trouble. Red alert. He jumps up, telling his confused pals, "Gotta bounce, emergency." The crew wonders, "What's up?" But Bae says, "Chill, I'll be back." Outside, he makes a call and confirms the bad news. Dad got out of jail early. Great. Han says Dad hit a party, got roasted, and tossed to the curb. After that, the guy vanished off the map. Bae dials Mom, but she's not picking up. Not good. He knows if Dad finds Mom while raging like this, she's toast. Bae gets serious and moves fast. He grabs his bike handles, aiming to speed home as soon as possible. The kid zooms through the dark streets. He's rushing cause Mom is in serious peril. Freaking out, he tells himself, "My demon's got her back, right?" Dad, wrapped in a red aura, stands over a beaten demon, trash-talking its weak sauce. The guy busts out laughing, roasting the beast for being totally weak. The other demon yells at Bae's mom to hide behind him as soon as possible. Dude smirks like a creep and starts closing in on the scared lady. But oops, he trips hard cause the beat-up monster snags his leg right at the last second. Dad pauses, super annoyed, eyeing the thing like it's a bug to squash. He yanks the demon's head and slams it into the concrete with crazy force. Totally lost in a psycho rage, screaming his lungs out like a complete maniac. Mom shook, watching her hubby crush the poor demon's skull. Gross. After wrecking the enemy, Dad shoots a deadly, icy glare straight at the lady. Bloody knife in hand, he starts stalking toward her slow-mo style. But the last hero steps up to block his path instantly. Demon glares at the guy with pure hate. He yells "Mistress, bolt," telling her to scram right now. Beast jumps in, wrapping vines around the dude, sacrificing himself to buy time. Demon begs her to sprint as fast as she can while there's still a tiny opening. Mom spins around terrified and books it to save her skin. Meanwhile, the demon's squeezing tight, vines locking the guy down. Suddenly, Dad's bod starts glowing with sketchy red energy. He roars, then starts to bust loose, ripping those annoying vines to shreds. Guy shreds the plant trap and breaks out, then grabs the thing and body slams it into the dirt. Hard. Mom keeps running, glancing back at her raging hubby standing over the dead hero. She slams the brakes as a bright, glowing, scary red vibe pops up right in her face. Guy teleports in, mocking her like, "Thought you could ditch me?" Trapped, she looks up, eyes totally popping with real panic. Furious, Bae's dad yanks the glowing jade off her neck. Clutching it, he nastily asks if some other dude gave her that bling. Not waiting for a reply, he crushes the gem in his grip, smashing it into dust. Savage. She's horrified, realizing he just wrecked her last shot at hope. Dad's face twists with fury as he lifts the knife to finish her. Time freezes, and Mom's stuck there, paralyzed with fear. She flashes back to her son promising he'd always have her back if things got sketchy. Right before the hit, a hand catches the blade, stopping it inches from Mom. Bae just warps in with a flash, standing boldly between his folks. His random pop-in shocks them both. Woman freezes, can't believe her kid is actually there. Dad's face totally glitched out, pure shock mixed with crazy rage. Bai shoots a fierce glare at him, grabbing the blade barehanded. Boom, instant aura glow up. This intense drama triggered some major PTSD. He flashed back to being a helpless kid. Worst day ever. Dad went berserk with a stick on Mom while tied up Bai was forced to watch. The old man screamed about slaving away all day while his family apparently just chilled and had fun. Bai begged his dad to quit it, totally desperate. But the guy had zero chill and zero mercy. Frozen in fear, little Bai just bawled his eyes out watching the horror. That day, Dad wrecked Mom until she totally blacked out. Bai vividly remembered the mess that started this nightmare. Mom took him to a theme park right after first grade ended. Oops, they totally forgot to text Dad they'd be home late. Dad couldn't snag a job that day, so he came home ready to use them as punching bags. Bai knew the monster inside his dad just snapped loose right then. The chains break, and the teen busts out, sprinting to Mom. Mom tried to shield him one last time, but Dad kept swinging until she was gone forever. The trauma unlocked a massive, uncontrollable power boost. In literal seconds, he leveled up from green noob to golden god tier warrior. He recalls snapping completely mental limits totally reached. Fueled by grief and new powers, Bai lunged at his psycho dad. In a total rage fit, he snatched the chain and wrapped it around the old man's neck. Losing his mind, he choked his dad out until it was game over. But it didn't fix anything, really. Fragging his dad couldn't bring his mom back to life. Just a kid holding a corpse, crying over his murdered mom. Bai stands firm. Grip tight on the blade, never again. He squeezes his dad's knife with his bare hand, crushing it into metallic glitter. Dad freezes, staring at the broken weapon like what the heck. He wonders who this punk is, then realizes oh snap, it's his son. Furious, the guy charges, thinking he can trash both of them at once. Bai's like nah, summoning a glowing green sword instantly. When Dad swings his fist, Bai blocks it easy, reflecting all that force back. The counter hit was epic, launching the guy across the room. Yeet. Dad coughs blood, totally shocked his kid actually has skills. Shock flips straight into rage mode. He screams, clocking his own sword in the kid's hand. Junior's been using his top tier gear. Glaring at the steel, the guy cusses up a storm, vowing to wreck this little puppy. Mom's freaking out while the summoned beasts regen behind her. In no time, they're fully healed and guarding the lady. Bai orders them, look after Mom, get her somewhere safe. Dad's whole vibe changes. He realizes with a smirk that those beasts are his son's doing. It all clicks in the old man's brain. The kid's a rare dual element warrior and a summoner? Dad bursts into manic laughter, twisted with sick pride, yelling, awakening 2 jobs this young? That's my blood. Bai keeps his cool, knowing his father is just all talk and toxic threats. The man steps up, hollering, talent isn't everything, kid. He swears loud, you raided my safe and jailed your own dad? Snitch. His face twists into something straight up demonic, whispering, I'm never forgiving this. He bellows, you actually think you're big enough to defy me? With a screech, Dad vanishes in a burst of red lightning, zooming at the boy for a kill shot. Mom shrieks, Bai, watch your back. But Bai was ready. Blue mana flared around his fist. The system pinged, class switch complete. He locks focus, pinpointing his dad's exact spot. Whoosh. Bai blasts a massive wave of frost energy. The surge swallows his dad, freezing him into a giant popsicle instantly. His face is stuck in total, wait, what? Shock. He struggles, wondering what this magic is and why he's stuck. Dad guesses the dual class gig, but Bai quietly shuts him down. The teen tells the old man, you're barely an NPC to me. Dad's eyes blaze with fury as he fights the ice. He mocks the kid, you're a noob. I'm a battle-hardened S-class vet. Smirking, he asks, forgot who the real boss is here? Electricity zaps through his body. He roars and busts the ice trap with a massive explosion. Bai doesn't even blink. He quick swaps to nuclear warrior, prepping the counter. He parries his dad's attack with a sharp, heavy swing. Zero hesitation. Bai charges his blade and rushes in. The boy lands a savage hit that smashes right through his dad's defense. The man looks down, totally baffled by the blade sticking out of his chest. Dude is clueless how his son's attack landed. Past his guard. No way, he whispers, totally shook. Bai yanks the blade. Dad hits the floor, clutching his gut. Bai towers over his fallen old man, glowing with scary boss energy. We're done. You ain't my dad, Mom's free. You're just some rando named Leon now. wrecked inside and out. Leon's grounded, legs turning to jelly. He giggles like a creep, then loses it completely. Still salty, he yells, "I work all day for you." Calls the kid an ungrateful mess. "I'm still your father." Reaches out, calling him a spoiled brat. Bai's over it, boots him right in the face. Leon's too slow. Eats the kick. Tries to stand, but Bai's rushing him. Zero chill. Leon lunges. Whiff. Bai counters hard. Dude screams his head off. He's baffled. Why can't he hit this kid? Swings wildly. Nothing but air. Total miss. Bai sees the gap. Combo time. Dad's cooked. Leon, broken, drops down. Coughing red. "I'm class." "How?" Bai grabs his hair. "You aren't even on my level." Flashbacks hit. Years of bad parenting. Thinking how this guy only ruled with fists when nobody fought back. Total coward, never tough with strangers. Scared, he remembers Leon smashing his head, calling him trash. Now he's holding the hair. Who's trash now? Bai yells at his dad. "You ain't a man." "Never were." Bai snaps. Slams his head. Payback time. Mom's freaking out. "Stop. That's enough." Dad, totally owned and crushed, begs the kid to quit. "I raised you. We're blood." Playing the victim. That just triggers Bai's rage mode. Eyes cold as ice. "Did you care about blood when you beat us?" Screaming, recalling the childhood trauma. Like at 7, when he nearly ripped his ear off. Crying while dad bashed his head into a wall. Mom was freaking out, begging Pops to quit, but he ignored her. Zero chill. Dad yanked his ear. Ba screamed, hurt like crazy. Ba's rage meter spikes thinking about the monthly hospital trips mom had to take. Beatings for bad food or dad's mood swings. Lame. Bai screams they never had one chill day. Just constant drama. Raging, he smashes dad's head. Venting that trauma. He roasts him. "Family? You don't deserve one, bro." Dad goes quiet, planking on the busted road. Total KO wrecked. He struggles up, mumbling "my bad" to his kid. Begging like a noob, swearing he's changed. "Yeah right." Kneeling, shouting "I'm sorry." Drama queen much? Ba stares him down, eyes glowing, recalling the same lies from last time. Dad knew he was cooked, so he dropped to beg. But just when Ba thought he was legit, "Sorry," Dad's face glitched. Weak moment? Nah, Dad grabbed a knife to end him. Ba knows once you equip a knife, you don't drop it. Resolve, hardened. System pings, adrenaline critical. Dad stands up, staring daggers at the kid. Ding. New skill, double-sided judgment, sick. As Ba winds up, Mom screams his name, begging for a timeout. But a villain repenting? Ba finds that hilarious. Better to permaban him so he can't hurt anyone. Bam. Huge hit. Dad screams and drops. Scared, he begs for mercy, playing the "I'm your dad" card. Denied. Ba ain't stopping. Switches class to Cloud Mage. Casts Icy Wind. Whoosh. Boom. Ice freezes Dad's mouth shut. Muted. Grim face. Weapon up. He's finished this boss before. Just as he winds up, a voice yells "Stop." Ba shook. Who said that? Came from his summon standing next to Mom. Flower elemental acting like a speaker for Mom. Mom begs, "Don't become a monster like him." Says Dad already lost his pride. Everything. Living with guilt is the ultimate punishment. Bai froze up, his whole vibe shifting cause his mom was begging him. That monster kept playing Mom's message. She didn't want her boy acting so savage. She said he was morphing into his dad, copying that toxic, violent road. Plus, no way she wants to watch her son waste his whole life trapped in gloom and hate. Boom. Instant flashback to his past life, locked up for offing his old man. He was stuck rotting in a cell, paying the price till the very end. He glanced at Mom and was like, "Alright, I hear you loud and clear." He swore he wouldn't delete this scumbag, or get his dad's blood on his hands for round 2. Then he eyed the guy on the floor, planning to ban him from their lives forever. Bai gripped his shining blade tight, ready to bust out that same move from before. He fired up a judgment skill meant to totally nuke the enemy's powers. Lean looked terrified watching those energy bolts zoom straight at him. Wham! Direct hit. System pinged, awakened powers are gone for good. So the kid broke the news to his powerless dad, staring down with zero chill. He holstered his weapon. Final order, leave town by tomorrow and ghost his mom. His summoned minions. Memorized his scent, they'll sniff him out from 3 kilometers away. He promised to hunt him down without mercy, even if it meant jail time. The guy was totally drained, zero energy left. He looked up at the sky, crying salty tears of total defeat. The mouth ice melted. Staring at the stars, he whispered, "I get it." With that savage brawl over, The city settled into a super chill, quiet night. Back at the pad, Bae told his critters to patch up Mom and heal her hurts. One beast told the kid to chill out, swearing his dad didn't do any major damage to her. Kneeling by Mom, he felt stoked that he made it in time to save her. She started comforting him, saying she's cool and he shouldn't stress. Bae was thinking, nah, this isn't enough, planning to find another jade charm for protection. Suddenly, he froze mid-sentence, eyes popping out like, no way. Mom caught his vibe check and looked confused. The kid was shook, asking if she just spoke for real or used mind powers. She nodded yes, and the boy grinned like crazy. That wasn't the summon talking, it was actually her. Even she seemed shocked she could finally spit out words after being mute. Summon explained he fixed the nerve damage that kept her quiet. A few days rolled by. Ba, perched on a megatree branch, scoped the city while a summoned demon was like, yo, you really dipping? Ba hit back, yeah, deal's done, bro. Already dropped cash for the pad's rent. Buying the whole joint once my wallet's fat enough. Plus, he whipped up a slick magic jade rock for Mom so she can buzz him instantly if drama goes down. Later, the dude spied on his mom at dinner. She's cooking up a storm, 2 demon helpers in cute aprons totally vibing with her. He mused that Mom, while knowing he's off to boot camp, has zero clue he ain't her innocent lil kid anymore. His brain kept glitching back to those nightmare vibes from his past life. Dude knew he'd gotta face that mess eventually, it's inevitable. Staring at the invite, he gets it. This is his VIP pass to the Holy Zone and his best shot to remix his fate. Flashback of that masked traitor with white dreads who wrecked everything hits hard. This run, he's gonna speed run to the Holy Land and block the bad ending. That night, chilling in the crowd with Mom, Bai scoped the city, pondering the grind ahead. Eyeballing the moon, the guy thinks this might be a one-way trip, but he's gotta hop on this train. Suddenly, Mom's like, OMG, I totally forgot the time. He gets all awkward, what's up? It's June 25th. Flower God prayer hour, hello? Big magic dude grants wishes on the first full moon. Right, Mom's a total stand for the Flower God sect. He realizes he's bouncing tomorrow and there's zero time for sappy goodbyes. Watching her pray, he admits he totally sucks at farewells. Meanwhile, Glasses is stuck in a hospital bed. Doc tells the rents, surgery was a dub, folks. Parents go nuts with joy, thanking the doc for saving their kid, zero chill on the emotions. Lying there, Glasses tries to calm them. Chill, Doc said it was barely a scratch. But his drama queen Mom insists, no surgery is small. Freeze. Recover. Glasses realizes he won't be able to see Ba off tomorrow. Will I ever see my homie again? Next day, June 26th, the squad hit the station for the Holy State trip. On the platform, a lady with watery eyes waved off her girl, take care, sweetie, call me. Don't stay up all night gaming. Then she started smooching the class prez's cheek, totally ignoring the cringe. Dad rushed her, honey, relax, the trip is 2 weeks, not a lifetime. Quit the soap opera. As the train prepped to roll, kids started waving like maniacs at their fams. The parents slowly. The chaperones dipped, leaving us kids to survive the trip to the Holy Land solo. Station was packed with parents hugging their spawn goodbye. Then there's Bae, radiating lone wolf energy at the edge. Teach grilled him, grinning, yo, solo mission, where's the fam? Bae swerved that question hard, looking away, and mumbled, train's comin'. Chill. Teach and the monitor blinked. Always this edgy? She whispered. Bae kept a poker face and nodded. Zero tea spilled about his drama. Then, the bullet train zoomed in. Bae stood there thinking, asterisk I was born for the solo grind, asterisk. Brain started replaying his cringe compilation and trauma. Hence the emo vibe. Remembered the panic when he heard Specs died of cancer pre-surgery. Rent's voices echoed in his skull. Get out, he's gone. Rough. Then came the era of losing Teach and the team. Total depresso espresso mode. Bae got used to peeps ghosting him, just him versus the world. His whole life was basically one big L after another. Taught him to just cope and maybe accept that everyone eventually logs off. Saw himself as a tiny NPC, getting wrecked by the main plot's drama. Teaches. Megaphone voice boomed, train's here, grab your loot and line up. Unlike the other normies, Bae stood frozen, stuck in his sad boy playlist. Right as he was hopping on, someone screamed his name, full volume. He whipped around, eyes wide. Total shocker. Mom pulled up with 2 besties in tow. One friend was hyping up how Specs is. Rents had him on lockdown. Bro practically jailbroke the hospital to say bye. Bae panicked, telling him to chill and stop risking it for the biscuit. Specs grinned, Relax, I'm built different. Then told Bae, don't die out there, okay? Other friend handed over a loot bag of snacks. Sorry, no PS5. Bae tried to say no, but the monitor was like, don't be dumb, take it. Then mom passed him a bracelet. Blessed by the flower god, plus 50 defense. She gently slapped it in his hand. You'll need the buff for the trip. She smiled, hoping this trinket would keep him from getting wrecked. Bae felt that. Mom went full RPG quest mode for his safety. Does she know it's gonna be hardcore? Teach yells, hurry up, slowpokes. Trains bailing. She hypes the Holy Land trip as kids pile in. Once aboard and glancing back at the fam, Bae gets cozy and thinks, man, life's flipped lately. Mom and the crew wave like crazy. Later, they chat about how they'll miss the kid and wait for his comeback. Bai snaps on mom's bracelet. Gotta fix this fast. Roof guy watches the train goes toward Holy Land. Just checking if Bae's safe and ready to grab the loot. It's the flower. Temple boss, rank 5 master on a big job. He asks for intel, deciding it's all on the kid now. Teach, chilling next to them, says varsity left early. Paperwork's done. Lady struts down the aisle, yelling, soul leveling starts now, noobs. One day ride to the holy zone. Plan says we hit the border tonight. Then she drops the bomb, spiritual boot camp first. Xiling smirks, betting today's quiz will wreck Bae and show he's weak. Teach lectures, God's made us, God save us. She yaps that the holy fam and 2 gods run that joint. Bai rolls his eyes. Yeah, big whoop. Gotta follow rules or the gods get salty. Get in, you need 3 checks. Mandatory. Teach says step 1's done. We got the golden tickets. Step 2's at the border station we hit. Sign up, info dump, and security frisk. Checking data takes a day. We only get in tomorrow. Waiting equals prep time for the drama. They hauled the group to a wild forest spot near the Jinnang line. June 27, 2015. War games start, rocking fresh threads from a buddy. Bai creeps ahead with the squad. Dude shows up, and suddenly 2 senior girls are totally checking him out, pointing fingers. One whispers, oh my god, isn't that the loner who ditched the team invite? So they strut over to the guy, and one of them spills the tea apparently. He aced every single exam in the academy. They bat their lashes, asking if he'd drag them along for training. Bro wasn't buying it, just holds up a hand like talk to the palm and shuts them down cold. Bae walks off, mind strictly on the grind. Trash mobs out here are way too weak for his leveling needs. Hitting S class means the XP grind is a nightmare. He needs a new hack to get stronger. Right then, some cocky dude slides up to the ladies, flexing that he was also top dog back in the day. He trashes the school test, says fighting caged pets is nothing like facing wild beasts. He grabs a girl, winks, and promises to show off his mad skills when things get real. Totally swooning, the girls beg to tag along. Dude says yes. Bae just breezes past, ignoring the drama completely. Later, Teach rounds everyone up for one last pep talk. Everyone gets paired with a school elite. Lucky them. Smiling, she runs through the boring rules again. Stay in the zone, stick with a buddy, don't be a hero, and be back by 8 sharp. No excuses, no lateness. Before she can wrap up, the hyper kids scream that they already know the drill and bolt off to hunt and flex their powers. Zelling hangs back, watching the noobs with a super creepy smirk. Meanwhile, over in the holy capital, they're prepping for some massive event. The Grandmaster lands, and his minions greet him on his return with news that the hunt is kicking off. Captain's waiting in the hall to talk game plans. Deputy mentions their elite perks like skipping security checks. Cigar still in his teeth, Gramps snaps at the kid to join the squad. Kid looks totally shook, but he obeys the boss without asking a single dumb thing. Back in the wild, training is on, and the senior guy one-shots a lizard monster. Easy peasy. The 2 girls cheer like fangirls, hyped on his S-class skills. Bae ignores the whole scene. He's glued to his holo screen, checking stats. He checks progress, boom. All 3 jobs hit S-class. Huge level up moment. He was stuck there for like 10 days. He needs to farm stronger bosses to gain actual XP. Bummer is, mobs here are rare and super weak, giving barely any XP to help him level. E-class junk gives 1 measly point, totally useless for progress. Suddenly, everything flips upside down. That cocky student got absolutely yeeted by a massive Class D spider monster. The girls were shaking, realizing this beast was way out of their league and impossible to beat. So our guy just flops onto the dirt, screaming his head off for the girls to save his butt right now. Suddenly, Spidey spins around and charges straight at Bae. Everyone's screaming, but bro just ignores them and one-shots the beast with a lazy swing. He gets some nasty poison legs as loot but chucks him. Trash loot, don't want it. That girl's jaw dropped cause he tossed away a Class D item worth serious cash. What a waste. Then Bay has a flashback, top tier magic crystals used to be nearby. He ditches the crew to hunt for real loot deep in the woods. By nightfall, Bay was way deep in the creepy forest, leaving everyone else in the dust. These gems come from pure energy, usually chillin' in demon caves or monster mosh pits. He checks one out and realizes it's totally empty, like someone drank the magic milkshake. Glancing around, even the trees are toast. Life force? Gone. Bay's thinking, what kind of freak eats energy like this? No way a basic Class D scrub did it. Later, he hits a dead end, big cliff, waterfall, nowhere to go. A few steps more, and he freezes. Something weird on the ground grabs his eye. He checks out this smashed vial, leaking some gross, mystery green goo. Yuck. He leans in to investigate, trying to solve the green slime mystery. Meanwhile, at 8 p.m., Teach is by the fire, BBQing giant monster legs for the starving kids. The class is shook. Teach soloed those Class D beasts just for dinner? She told them, scavenging is survival 101, but you guys were too busy brawling to eat. Exhausted kids whined about the menu, eyeing the fried tentacles like, is this poison? Teach and the class rep sat by the fire, munching monster steaks and chatting about the day. The rep noticed a few kids were still MIA in the woods and asked to save him some grub. Teach gave her props for that. Good looking out, monitor, very responsible. Then the girl admitted, she thought Teach was all talk, but her combat skills are actually crazy. The lady laughed. Before this gig, I wanted to be a priestess in the divine fam. Just wasn't buff enough back then. She tells the rep, honestly, this is my first time in the Holy Land too. Been waiting ages for this. So thanks, guys. Because of this field trip, I finally made it to my dream spot. She opened her mouth to reply, but boom, two creepy red eyes lit up the dark behind her like laser beams. Teach's face went total ghost mode instantly. She knew big trouble was incoming fast. With a quick shove, she pushed the leader dude, dodging a hit from the mystery beast. A giant neon green claw shot out, stabbing the lady right through. Yikes. The girl's face screamed pure terror. Totally frozen, her brain glitching at the chaos. The class started freaking out, clueless about what this freak was or how to smash it. Meanwhile, they sprinted through the woods, parkouring over roots like a pro. He had to alert the squad and clear the camp before stuff hit the fan. That canister is toxic news, maybe even a bioweapon. Back at camp, the wounded teacher yanks the claw out, fighting crazy pain. Using her last HP, she yelled, run. Get guild help now. A massive bug monster loomed over the tents, yelling, you guys are my dinner. Flashback to this morning. Zeeling was super jelly. Bay got all the hype since he showed up. Xiling, fuming mad, gripped a weird mystery jar, marked Zelling industrial property and tagged as Class B danger juice. He chucked it hard, freeing a tiny bug thingy. He told it to eat up and get swole fast. Smirking like a villain, he plotted to wait till the beast got huge, then kill it and look like a total hero. But later, the dude realized his plan flopped hard and went totally rogue. He's freaking out, wondering how it got this bad. Grabbing his energy bow, he sees with dread that the bug leveled up way too fast. The giant bug glared at the scared kids and roared, shaking the air. Terrified students grouped up while the hurt teacher tried shielding them with her own self. Bay races back, recalling this boss fight from his past life. Even with pro skills, that battle was a nightmare. Stats say it's tanky and hits hard, a real problem. Class C was totally hopeless against a Class B beast. He can't solo the beast alone, and secret skills would blow his cover. Meanwhile, the giant bug hovered over the kids, charging up. Teacher tried her hardest to fight back. Knowing the attack meant paralysis, she writhed in pain. She squeezed her bloody fist and mode, protect the squad, no matter what. Bug thing moves its claws, muttering bout snacks. Creepy. Gross tongue flops out, toxic drool everywhere, nasty. It locked eyes on the frozen prez, totally useless right now. Beast creeps on the girl, screeching. Yikes. Boom. Ice shard out of nowhere nails its head. Save came from Teach. Hurt bad, but still trying. Beast got salty, so it spins around to snack on her first. Loud screech. It stalks her, ready to kill. Its gross tongue morphs into a jagged maw. Bye-bye Teach? Red light everywhere. She thinks she's toast. Flash of green, slice, tongue gone. Bai pops up between them like a hero. It lunged. Bai blocked and chopped those gross feelers. That big bug. Backs up. Bloody bits flying everywhere. You. Thing paused, shook by his crazy combo. But a sec later, it charged. Bai glowed red, ready to brawl. Dude realized fast that the S-class juice wasn't hurting this B-class beast. New plan needed, swap to Cloud Mage mode. Bai hops up and sparks his magic staff. Boom, huge ice wave covers the front. Bam. Giant bug is totally frozen in a popsicle. He eyed the ice pop monster while the squad just stood there, jaw dropped. Girls were shook. He froze a B-class? No way. Senior guy asks, does he have 2 jobs? Bai knew he had to spill the tea. Can't let the crew die, right? Bleeding Teach wobbles, you good, Bae? Before he speaks, the ice starts cracking. Not done yet, folks. Beast busts out, ice shatters, and poof, it's gone. Class is freaking out. Is it dead or just ghosting us? Who knows? Bae goes, just a scratch. It bailed but might return. He admits his stats aren't high enough to kill it. We gotta bounce, now. But Teach is like, no way. Ba asks straight up, yo, Teach, why are we still sticking around? She explains Zealing's missing, and she's gotta bring every single student back alive. She adds that dude was supposed to show up by 8 o'clock sharp. She's freaking out that he's ghosted them. So Ba drops the bomb, holding up the busted jar. Zealing let the monster out. Crazy flashback hits him that traitor offering the squad some special food. The gang was just chilling, happily chowing down, and hyping up the traitor's cooking skills. That one girl loved the dumplings so much she begged for seconds. The traitor smirked at her, careful, don't wanna ruin that figure, right? She got super ticked off, trying hard not to slap him right there. Suddenly, Ba feels totally weird, losing control like his body's glitching out. Totally paralyzed. Then creep mode activated. The traitor walks up looking all villainous. That backstabber admits he's been spiking their food with paralyzing dust for a whole month. He's totally chill, bracing that he planned to wipe out the top team and thought he was slick enough to get away with it. Snap back to reality. Ba stands center stage, spilling the tea to the whole camp. He breaks it down. This jar's from Zealing Industries. Yeah, his dad's company. Their labs use these specifically to stash many demons. And this is the exact container I found. Only a Zealing family VIP could snag one. Meanwhile, Zealing's nearby, totally losing it cause his master plan flopped hard. He's lurking just outside, punches a tree like a maniac, cursing himself for leaving clues behind. Rookie mistake. Then he starts ragging on Ba, blaming him for ruining everything. The squad's jaws hit the floor hearing this. Someone screams, why'd he do it? Another's like, jail time, now. One kid tries to play devil's advocate, but gets shut down. If he's innocent, why's he hiding? Huh? Teacher cuts the drama. Enough, we're bouncing. She tosses the radio to the class rep. Find a signal and call for backup as soon as possible. The rep grabs it, looking at Teach like, are we gonna die? Boom. Arrow flies out of nowhere and smashes the radio to bits. Ba just happened to see it all go down, eyes popping out of his head. Everyone swarms the shaking girl, like yo, are you good? Staring at the toasted radio junk on the ground. Now they're freaking out, wondering who's sniping them. The girl winces, staring at her hand, it's bleeding. Ba's scanning the scene, staying sharp. You can see it on his face, dude is going from 0 to fully triggered. Before the class can even blink, a canister flies out of the woods and spews green fog everywhere. Thing lands right next to the squad. And suddenly everyone's hacking up a lung, trying to cover their faces. Bae takes one look and freaks it's nerve gas. Big yikes. The confused students are scanning the creepy dark woods like, who is doing this? Right then, a blurry shadow steps out of the green smog, walking straight at them like a boss battle. Bae stands his ground, eyeing the guy, ready to throw hands. Zealing starts sweating bullets, thinking, uh-oh, cover's blown. They know it's me. So he decides, welp, guess I gotta take out all the witnesses. Classic villain move. Bae lights up with this epic golden glow and steps up to the plate. He yells at Zealing, demanding to know what kind of messed up scheme he's pulling here. Bae's like, why are you trying to end us, bro? Meanwhile, that gas hits hard, one kid gets wobbly and drops like a sack of potatoes. Then the rest of the terrified students start hitting the dirt, totally knocked out. Zealing used the paralysis dust meant for B-class monsters. Overkill much? Zealing starts making excuses. I was gonna use this on the beast. I had a rescue plan. He keeps yapping, insisting. He was totally about to jump in and save the day. Yeah, sure. Then he shoots Bae a nasty glare and yells that this whole mess is all that little punk's fault. Boom. A bright flash pops off right next to him. Next second, Xiling is holding a massive energy bow. But Bei isn't scared at all, he just walks toward the guy with the bow, cool as ice. You can hear the wounded teacher screaming, "Stop, don't make another huge mistake before it's too late." She's still in denial, like, no way he released that monster on purpose, right? She thinks he's innocent. Xiling just snaps back that absolutely nothing can fix this now, so don't even try to lie to him. Bei feels that B-class gas kicking in and knows he's about to pass out. So he does something totally hardcore. He jams his blade right into his own thigh. Sharp pain to stay awake. The teacher gasps in horror. It's the only way to fight the paralysis. Bei gives her a look and says, "He's right, what he did, no coming back from that." The woman doesn't say a word, just staring at him, totally worried. Bam! Adrenaline rush hits Bei's system instantly. He shouts, "Your twisted excuses don't justify any of this trash. Xiling, let's go," and the arrow flies. Right then, Bei gets a massive flashback of that traitor messing with the core. System alert pops up, adrenaline is hitting critical levels. Bei screams, "You seriously gonna point a weapon at your own team?" Bei swipes that arrow away like it's a fly, zero effort. Then he instantly dashes in, closing the gap in like a split second. Before the guy can blink, Bei lands a massive hit, lighting up the room. Xiling stands there lagging, watching his arm get yeeted into the air. The pain hits different, and the kid starts screeching for backup like crazy. Bei, covered in red, yells, "Traitors get zero mercy, bro," giving his enemy zero chill time. Bei strikes again, slashing right across the dude's chest. Yelling in serious agony, Xiling calls Bei a psycho and stumbles, trying to stop the bleeding. Crying hard, he screams that this is all Bei's fault. Bei grips his glowing blade, blood dripping off it in big drops. Bei's voice isn't asking a question, it's just stating straight facts. Turns out, Xiling was camping nearby the whole time. Bei tells the wrecked kid he just watched the disaster and did nothing. Xiling looks up at him, totally terrified. Busted. Bei keeps roasting him for just sitting there watching things go south. Flashbacks of hiding behind a tree while a monster ate students hit Xiling hard. Xiling tears up and, voice shaky, tries to make an excuse. He freaks out, saying he was scared and couldn't beat the boss monster. He begs Bei to hear his side, but Bei is way too salty to care. Bei's done listening, slash. A bloody cut appears on Xiling's face. Scary calm, Bei tells him to shut his mouth right now. Xiling made his choice, now he's gotta pay the bill. Xiling watches in horror as Bei creeps closer, weapon ready to finish the job. He realizes Bei is actually crazy enough to delete him right here. Hand on his face, he realizes he is absolutely cooked. At this moment, Bei raises his sword and pops the vengeance skill. A golden energy storm crashes down, swallowing Xiling whole. Bei keeps spamming attacks, over and over. You can't even hear Xiling screaming over the noise of the energy blast. When the ultimate finally ends, Bei just stands there staring at the defeated enemy. Suddenly, a ping comes in with an update on the enemy's totally bricked, zero chance of a reboot now. That Xiling dude lay wrecked on the floor, looking like total trash tier next to our hero. Face leaking salty tears, he literally begged for a timeout, crying for mercy like a wimp. Bei prep the finisher, but teaches ear-splitting scream hit pause on the action. He spins around and spots a way bigger boss battle loading in. That humongous Class B corpse spider? Yeah, it respawned. Gross. This absolute nightmare fuel had already healed up and snatched some helpless noobs with its giant tentacles. Bei realized with a panic spike that this mega mob had some seriously broken magic cheats enabled. The paralyzing dust hit him like lag, totally tanking his speed and stats. Major bummer. He knew even at 100% power, he couldn't solo this beast. Bei, despite the insane difficulty curve, sees only one strat. Wait for the perfect frame to strike. Suddenly, blinding lightning zaps light up the arena like a disco. Bei was totally shook by this crazy plot twist. Powerful lightning bolts were spamming absolutely everywhere. Energy stacks up into a mega arrow and skewers the beast. Monster drops the grab, and the kids are instantly free to go. Bei clock the teacher gently holding the KO'd class monitor. Ling Yu, the golden lightning assassin, stands like a firewall for the team, weapon shiny. Ling Yu spins too. Bei grins, admits she can't solo this boss, and asks if he's game. Bei was stunned she showed up and actually asked for his help. Now they stood side by side, ready to wreck the wounded spider screaming its head off. Suddenly, its ugly body glitches out and starts fading into thin air. Within a second, the monster vanished, stealth mode activated. Danger spiked. Ling asks, totally confused, where'd the creep go? Bei quick explains it's got a cracked stealth skill. He says he tagged the mob, then it ghosted into the background. The girl peeped the leg wound, realizing he tanked hits to save the others. That paralyzing debuff is hitting max capacity now, keeping the other students away from keyboard for a long while. Impressed he's not lagging out yet, Ling Yu gives him props for holding on. She tosses him a capsule of HP potion and demands by chug it now, even if it's the last one. While the dude down the health pot, she noted the guild's ping is terrible, backup might not make it. The buff kicked in almost instantly. Bai bounced back fast. Spidey senses tingling, he knew that Creeper was close. Dude says the thing is camping here, secretly leeching HP from everyone. Right then, a tentacle popped up behind him, swiping with a sharp tip. Bai reacted instantly, using parry to nope that attack into oblivion. Seeing the beast's brain lag, Ling Yu blinked in and walloped the ugly thing. She poured all her juice into the hit, but hit a literal brick wall. 0 damage. Dynamic duo time. They unleashed a combo that sent the freak stumbling. Grinning, she nudged him. Hey, you still haven't answered, ready to keep throwing hands? Bai flexed. Full tank, baby, let's tag team this loser right now. He noted. Her reflexes were insane and her moves were totally top tier. But he added, don't forget, you're still a student, so watch your six, Ling Yu. Ling Yu smirked, says you. Like you're not in school too? Their little chit-chat got cut short. When the corpse spider stood back up, its eyes glowed aggro red, it was totally ticked off at the ambush. Bai didn't wait. He launched himself straight at the enemy. He pulled a flashy and quick lunge, landing a massive chop on the spider's bod. Mid-swing, Bai got a bad vibe. The beast took 0 damage. Nada. Spidey blocked it and snapped back with a razor claw instantly. Bai blocked, but the insane force of the hit yeeted him backward, sliding across the dirt. While the monster paused, the girl yelled, I got this, and leaped over Bai to drop-kick the spider. Ling Yu went ham, sparking with golden lightning as she pummeled it. Shockingly, those heavy hits were totally useless against its thick shell. She spammed attacks, but the spider parried everything and struck back with a claw swipe. Bai screamed her name as the beast started wailing on her. Another hit from the beast flung her back, clutching a bleeding gash. Ling Yu realized this guy was actually boss-level tough. She checked her wound and realized the bad news. The attacks were toxic, she was totally poisoned. The beast pushed, but Bai dashed in to block with a parry, saving her. Ling Yu realized the monster's def was B-class, but Bai's moves? Pro warrior level. She was shook. Ugly freak screams, promising us we're totally gonna be spider snacks. Meanwhile, Spidey's been sucking up all the map's mana, leveling up way too fast. Its stats are glitching out, they're rising so high. She checks the KO'd noobs, worried they'll expire before the guild shows up. Bai did a quick reality check. Things looked trash. 2 S ranks, and Ling Yu was already nerfed. Even hurt, she jumps to her feet, yelling at Bai to smash that shield as soon as possible. Bai has a flashback to a strat meeting with his old squad, asking what if we're screwed? Starboy said run away, but the girl was like, elites don't rage quit, ever. Bai tells Ling Yu the bait strat he saved for this. Step 1. Go full aggro so the boss targets only him. The fight drags on, and Bai remembers phase 2. When the mob has tunnel vision, it's vulnerable. Blocking hits like a pro, he waited for the perfect crit chance. Ling Yu watched from the back line, ready to taunt the spider if Bai's HP got too low. But Bai yelled, don't touch, and told her to keep charging her ult. She was shook realizing this guy planned to solo the raid boss. Talented or not, Bai's just an S rank risking it all. Ling Yu felt super cringe about herself. With her rare gold class, she should have carried, not failed. But Bai, the lower rank student, was the one leading the raid. The monster kept spamming attacks, trying to one-shot Bai with those nasty claws. Bai dodged like a ninja and poked back with his sword. Suddenly, he starts taunting, waving his blade around like a maniac. Then Bai pulls a crazy move, tossing his weapon and dropping his guard totally. The monster took the bait and went for the kill shot instantly. Horrified, the girl watched the spider dash in and skewer Bai with a sharp claw. She stares, terrified, as he hangs there like a limp ragdoll. For a sec, Ling Yu panicked, thinking it was game over. But Bai twitched and signaled her to stay put. Ling Yu gapes at him, confused, wondering what the heck his play is. The giant spider loomed over the bleeding Bai. Sure it won, it mocked humans as nothing but fast food. Boom! That nasty tentacle morphs into a giant, toothy maw. Gross. Bai is wrecked, leaking HP, but he keeps his cool, waiting for the perfect window to strike. Pain level, 10 out of 10. But passing out? Not an option. Finally, Bai saw his shot, he sucked in a breath and signaled the girl to go. Ling Yu lit up like a supernova as she popped Divine Flash, boosting her speed like 50 times over. They figured it out, the beast's guard drops when it eats. Meaning, mid-snack, its defense stat. Tanks. Gotta catch it slacking with its mouth full. Zooming like lightning, the girl blinked and found herself behind it, stabbing the spider like a shish kebab. Totally blindsided, the monster froze up. Glitch mode. Ping. System says, defense shattered. Bai slipped the weak grip and prepped the finisher. He stared down. The beast, ready to one-shot this nightmare into oblivion. Spidey was still stunned by Ling Yu's lightning flash, but she panicked. The stun timer was ticking down fast. If it wakes up now? It's game over for them. Bai wobbles up and smirks at Ling Yu. A few seconds? Plenty of time. He sounded totally sure, this thing wasn't walking away. A neon blue aura exploded around him. Insta swap to his alt class, Mage. Boom. He blasts an ice spell, freezing the beast solid. Ling Yu's jaw dropped. Wait, he's dual classing? Grinning, Bai swaps back to his main, Nuclear Warrior. Now he's glowing toxic green. Pain fueled his rage meter until it finally maxed out. Go time, both of them unleashed their ults at once. Golden and green energy mixed into a mega beam, smashing into the frozen spider, shattering the ice and the ugly bug inside. It exploded into pixels, and the system pinged. Victory, corpse spider defeated. The loot drop was insane. Tens of thousands of XP flooded in. Bai noted, high-level mobs are the only way to power level. Ling Yu stared at him, totally shook. Multi-element mastery this young? That's, like, impossible. Blue light flashes again. Bai swaps to Flower Summoner? Summoners get 6 contract slots, so Bai's still got 4 empty spots to fill. Dude can snag a defeated monster's ghost and make it his new best friends forever. Ba glowed super blue and mentally yelled at the ghost to get over here. A massive shake rocked the giant, and the system pinged, besties forever. Bai hates the name corpse spider total tongue twister, he dubs it strongman instead. The giant beast is shook and low-key offended. But the contract says he gotta obey, no cap. Lingu flipped seeing him switch classes again. Does Bai seriously have 3? She's totally stunned. You're like a walking loot box, dude. Bai zipped his lip and asked what she just saw. Ling Yu is majorly shook. That Bai hit his stats this long, even at finals. She tells him to just chill out, then swears she's the queen of keeping quiet. Just then, a squad pops up in the clearing. Recon Unit 26 crashes the party. The Divine Guild noobs finally made it. Team Cap instantly asks if the crew is